787.
787 departure frequency 15 will be 1257.
25-7, thanks.
Whoa. Welcome back to the SciFi And Friends podcast. I know we took a little time off, but it was well-deserved. No, we had midterms, so it got a little hectic, and put the podcast aside to put my studying down, you know what I'm saying? But we're back. Last podcast, if you were following us, was with Tragic Prelude. Dude, the voices are still in my head.
I know. That's all I'm thinking about.
Tragic
Prelude.
We did some voice experimentation before we started recording. You probably just listened to it. This is probably like the first. Anyway. So the last one was Tragic Prelude. It was very late night. We had a good talk, but I know it droned on for a little bit. I'm going to get those guys on individually, and then maybe sometime next year when we go back to the Bluegrass Festival, take the equipment and maybe do like a little mobile show of SciFi And Friends. So, same if Trevor and I decide to go up to North Dakota, take all the equipment, and then do shows on the road. So, anyway, as you know, we're always sponsored by Infinite Productions. Hit us up, ColtonCipher.com. You know, I've always said go to that website, and if any of you have, you'll see a WordPress theme that hasn't been touched at all. It's just it's like a skin. Have faith. Don't worry. We're working on it. Adobe Muse has our back. Curious Fox, my wife's graphic design website. Well, graphic design company. Entrepreneur, you guys, calm down.
Sorry.
Hit us up.
Casey and I are acting immature.
Hit us up. You want website design, logo design, t-shirt design, invitation, anything like that. She's really good at that kind of stuff. You want video production, media content, podcast work, let me know. That's what Infinite does. You got the On It website, just in time for, what is it? Just in time for
Halloween.
Halloween. There is the werewolf.
Boogie.
Werewolf kettlebell, almost half off. It's $100. It was like $170. So go grab your werewolf kettlebell from On It using my link in the description below. There's Kuiper, there's Sticker Mule, there's all that good stuff. I'm going to go over that. But just lots of discounts and shit in the link. Hit it up. Everything that you spend through the links, including the Amazon link, that money goes to the SciFi And Friends podcast for new equipment or coffee or something, something for the guests and myself. So we appreciate it, y'all. Today, the return of the dynamic duo. I got Casye Seifert to my left, Trevor Burrows right across from me, drinking some wonderful Highland Park single malt scotch directly from Scotland. Not like we ordered it and then it came over to the States and then we bought it from Macadoodles. No, Casey went over to Scotland like a true warrior, picked this out, brought it home, and now we're drinking it. So appreciate you cracking that open.
I stole it out of the barrel.
Out of the barrel.
Yeah.
They call it the angel share.
Excuse me?
The angel share.
Like he's a shareholder in the company? Angels hold
in the outfield.
Scotch stock.
No, when you put something in a barrel.
Yes.
To what would you to distill? No, to
ferment. Would it be fermentation?
I guess it would be ferment.
What is fermentation?
Dictionary.com. Fermentation.
CO2.
Hey, theory. Fermentation.
Anyway, but there's a small portion that evaporates, and the old timers used to call it the angel share.
Because it was the best?
Well, just because it was
going up.
You sealed it. They would seal.
To heaven.
You would seal the barrel, and then how could that get out? There's no way it could get out, but it evaporated. So there's only one thing could get it.
So where was it?
Angels. It evaporated.
And so their barrel was lower.
Because the angels.
Slightly.
Because the angels
drink it.
Scotch.
Or beer, whatever, wine, whatever it is.
Well, I took the remaining scotch
Yeah.
and put it in a bottle.
That's
Which
called Devil's Cut.
It's really tough to get whiskey or alcohol through.
Oh, really?
Airport.
Was this hard?
Like one girl had to throw away.
Oh my God.
4 bottles. Like
full?
She had got them for her family, and then they threw them away.
Why?
Something about they can't be unbroken. I think you might have to have the receipt, and they have to be like they have to first inspect them and then put them in a special TSA bag, and then if that's ever broken anywhere in your flight, then they'll toss it.
So if I was a tosser, I could just break that and it's mine.
Yes.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
So how did you get that?
Because I didn't open it and I had all the right shit. I bought it actually at the airport.
Oh, okay.
It was like my last remaining money. Like I really wanted a Scotch from Scotland.
Right.
And so I used that. But even Spiro was like, man, it would be nice to have that job. He's going home with a lot of alcohol.
You think he gets to take it home?
I don't know. That's why I asked him. He's
That's
just
just
like,
for
I
the
don't know,
airport
but
Christmas party.
Gives it
Dude.
to the captain.
Oh, great.
These are completely unopened. I mean,
Right.
if they are open, then obviously they're going to take them and toss them. But
Right.
she had to like give them half of her bottles.
It's probably 40, 50, 60 bucks right there.
more than that.
Oh, God.
Would you have
terrible.
just chugged yours if they made you?
Now
Maybe.
what are you going to do?
Yeah, take the bottle. Take the bottle.
Oh, my.
Anyway,
Well,
It's pretty good stuff.
I appreciate you sharing it with us.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm enjoying it as well.
It's very good. Very good. The angels share.
I've been trying
Surprised.
different bourbons and whiskeys and whatnot. So this is my first Scotch to ever since I've started paying attention to the flavors and tastes and whatnot, profiles. So I appreciate it. It's very smooth, very
Absolutely.
tasty. So,
Is this number one
but number one, what?
you've ever tried?
Scotch?
Yeah.
I feel like I've had Scotch in the past, but I didn't pay attention to what it was. Like give me this Scotch, and then I just gulped it down. And ever since I started paying attention, this is the first Scotch. So yeah, I might have had one
Starting good.
one random one, somewhere along the way. So boys, thanks for coming on the podcast once more. Now you went off, and I say Trevor. You went off to Idaho. I don't know Idaho,
Yeah, correct.
and we actually podcast maybe like the day before you left, or 2 days before you left.
Yeah, something like
It
that. I
was
forgot.
the night before, right? Because I was getting back from England.
Did we do a podcast that night?
I think you were leaving
You were
from a
really
podcast.
nervous about your roommate.
Turned out fine. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
You went out there for the summer, right? The summer?
4 months.
4 months.
Yeah, I get got there at the end of
Hey,
May.
make sure you're talking right into that thing. You can move the whole thing.
Got there at the end of May. Here we go.
Smart ass.
Hey, there you go.
Is this better?
Much better.
More better. Yeah, got there at the end of May. Our last day was September 30th. Got home first week of October sometime. I don't exactly remember.
Mm-hmm.
But mainly when I was out there, all I could think about was just seeing you two again. Right? Am I right?
Yeah, man.
Digging beaver dams.
Every day.
Yeah. Every day, just thought about it. The beaver dams were fun.
God. You saw some wildlife. Stopped
Saw
in
a lot of it.
Yellowstone.
Stopped at Yellowstone, Glacier National Park.
Glacier National.
Don't go to it, but if you do go to
What?
it, too many tourists.
Really?
Oh my God, yeah.
Dude, that picture alone is enough to take
Yeah.
the trip up there.
See, it's a weird feeling, from my perspective, when we went to Yellowstone, there was a bear trying to cross the road in the evening time. But there were so many cars in the way trying to
Wow.
take pictures, he couldn't even cross the road. That's just putting too much stress on the bear. And how wild is that wild place when the bear can't even cross the road?
Pretty wild.
Pretty wild.
More humans there than...
It is a wild place, obviously. But
Right.
it kind of sucks seeing all those people.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Edward Abbey? He was a conservation environmental writer in the 60s and 70s, I think. And he said something along the lines of, if you truly care about the national parks and all those places,
Don't go.
Yeah, don't ever go to them. But how can you say that? when
Yeah,
it's
right.
Some of the most,
It's worth the experience, personally.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Which sucks for the environment, I guess.
Yeah,
Can.
I felt the same
Yeah.
way about Yosemite. When I went to Yosemite, there was
How
just
was
so... amazing. The same that you talk about Glacier and Yellowstone. But there were just so many people and so many RVs coming through, basically full houses, for the weekend. And a lot of people come from San Francisco because it's just a straight shot from the city. You could have a weekend getaway and be back for a Sunday lunch. That's how close San Francisco is. But I felt the same way. It took quite a bit to get to a wild place, to get away from people and to where, I might run into a bear and this could be, dangerous. It took quite a bit still.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which, I mean, I think there's a season on it, so I don't think you can go in there as much during the winter.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good, I guess.
But at the same time, it's just not as much activity for the animal, as far as the animals, the flora, right, all that kind of stuff. It's all dead. It's in the middle of winter, so the springtime when everything is having babies and the plants are flowering and whatnot, that's when the most people show up and walk over them. And
I didn't say anything.
You did too.
No, I didn't.
I see that. I see.
I put my hand in my mouth.
Anyway, so you were out there studying sage grouse, right? We're studying it, or
like a typical day. We go to the office, get there at like 6 in the morning. Kind of sucked, but sometimes you got to man up.
Well, I like how you look right in my eyes when you say that. Thanks.
He's been
all right.
The last few days going to Eagle Picture.
God, at 6 a.m. It's rough.
But anyway, we do that. We worked like 2 in a group usually. You weren't ever alone. But we get there, have our little meeting or whatever, decide where we were going to go. And we worked in the mountain ranges there. So the places could be 2.5, 3 hours away. You'd just be driving a lot. But, we decide where we were going to go. And we go out to our site, and the whole mountain is divided into allotments. And within allotments are pastures. And there's like multiple pastures in an allotment. And within the pasture, the computer generated 10 random points that we would go sample for vegetation. And like with that data, the biologist would see what kind of cover is there, the forbs that are there, like what measures need to be put in place to ensure that the sage grouse can thrive in its habitat. So we did that. And
so when you're out there, just real quick, sorry, and you go to one of those points, and you're like, are you identifying certain plants? Are you identifying certain like markers? Like, there's a lot of good rocks for a sage grouse to make a nest here or something. Yeah.
But when you get to the point, like it's on a GPS, and you go out, you hike it. We couldn't go more than 3 miles from the road. Like there was a whole protocol for it.
Just for safety?
Yeah, and like to easily reproduce if somebody wants to do it later.
Oh, okay, right.
Because like the Freedom of Information Act, like anybody can look at the data that we collected if they want to.
The Freedom of Information Act? What is that? Like something recent?
Fairly. It might have happened under Bush, but like
And
if the Sierra Club wanted to see the sage grouse data, they can have it. Like it's their right to look at it.
There's a federal freedom of information law that allows for the full or partial disclosure of previously unreleased information and documents controlled by the United States government.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but I don't even remember what I was saying about that.
Sorry, if someone wanted to reproduce the data, so you can't go more than...
But yeah, we go to the point, and at the point, on your GPS, it says you're there.
Right.
So, I mean, it's kind of arbitrary or whatever. But you'd hit your point, and you would get measuring tape and go 50 meters north. And we had a drop pin that was supposed to symbolize like a raindrop randomly dropping. You try not to be biased in dropping it or anything. Like, yeah, it's close enough. But at every half meter, whatever the pin touches, whatever vegetation, you have to record it. So if you don't know it, you have to figure it out. Like you have like books and apps worked really well. But do that, and then at every 2 meters, you do a forb sweep of a meter, and just whatever forbs are in that area, you record that.
What's a forb?
Just a flowering plant. Because there were forbs, grasses, shrubs, and then there's trees. But yeah, that's mainly what we did every day. It was fun.
Yeah.
It's hard to... It got a little monotonous.
For sure.
Every job does. But for what we were doing, it didn't even feel like work.
Yeah,
at all.
It seemed like a great entry level program for a field biologist from Pitt State. I don't think you could get much better.
Yeah,
Just for you get paid for it. Housed up, totally. It's not where it's so much pressure that you were looking for a grizzly bear or something, but it's enough to keep you interested and teach you little techniques on how to do a survey of the land, and you're learning plants, and then at least you're outside deep in Idaho country,
Yeah, the office days were the worst because you're just in the office all friggin' day.
Just putting in data, is that what it was?
Yeah, mainly. Yeah. And I didn't go into the field to be in the office, but it's part of it.
Yeah, right.
But those days just drug on.
Did you know that one day was going to be an office day?
Yeah, and sometimes we'd go in and it'd be a surprise, so we'd be a little let
we
down.
were sitting in the office.
Dang it. But yeah, it was fun. And everybody I was with was young, and this was an entry-level thing for everyone, and it worked out well. Everybody was fun to work with.
The people that were already there, like were they older gentlemen and ladies, running the place? Or?
There's permanent positions, like the wildlife biologist, the hydrologist, the range management guy. All those guys. Like my
10
boss,
people?
Probably about that. Yeah. Like my boss was probably in his mid-30s. She actually lucked out. That's kind of young to have a permanent wildlife biologist job, but he was real cool. He let us just do our thing. He wasn't down our necks or anything, which that was nice. And then sometimes we'd do different stuff, like build the beaver dams, we did some goshawk surveys, which is a bird. You just go up into an aspen stand at certain points and play their call. Yeah. And if they call back, or if they come, you record that. Huh. It's real cool stuff.
Now, all this data is gathered for what purpose?
The Sage Grouse, it may be threatened right now, but it could become endangered. And if it does, they graze. Okay, there's grazing on the national forest, which sucks.
Grazing, you're talking farmers put their cattle out.
Yeah, and they do it for ridiculously cheap, $1.60 something per head.
Wow.
And the calf doesn't count as part of that 160.
Right.
They just wreck the place.
Right.
It's supposed to be managed, and it half-ass is, but they shouldn't be there. They destroy the riparian areas. Right. Absolutely destroy them.
Riparian?
Yeah, just water. Where there's water, a little wetland or something like that.
Because the cows are just vicious creatures.
Just big old dumb cows.
Right. That we want really fat and happy. So,
which there's not a lot of private land in the West, really, compared to here. Mm-hmm. So they get to graze it. And that Bundy guy and all those guys.
Ted Bundy?
No,
I was like, what?
Cliven Bundy, is that right? The Nevada guy.
Oh, the guy that owns all the cattle,
standing up to the government.
Oh,
but yeah, it was the same
Al-Qaeda?
thing. No, he did the cattle guy. It's the
guy that owns all the cattle.
Yeah,
one of probably the biggest cattle owner of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he was mad that he owed the government millions of dollars
in taxes or something.
Well, because he was grazing just like everybody else does, but he didn't want to pay for it.
He didn't want to pay $1.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what is it, Wagner Ranch? Is that it?
I'm not sure what the ranch was. It was in Nevada.
Anyway, this Bundy character.
Yeah, people like him want the government to surrender that land to the state so the state can sell it and they can have it. And they treat the land as if it is their own. It's ridiculous that they're allowed to graze for that cheap to begin with.
What do you think it should be? $5 a head? Or
I'd like to see the cows gone.
Just nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're grazing there because they've destroyed their pasture wherever they are, right?
Or they just don't have anywhere to graze, which is the hard part.
Right.
It could be sustainably done, and it half-ass is.
Yeah.
But I would like to see it go. It's kind of a conflicting area.
Yeah.
It is the Department of Agriculture, and the Forest Service is, and timber and grazing is part of the Department of Agriculture.
Right.
So I don't know. It's an interesting deal they have there.
For sure. Just the price of beef keeps going up, and there's always another steakhouse getting opened up, and even the fast food restaurants now, they're like putting out steak burgers and crap like or burgers, it doesn't have to be steak. So there's a huge demand for it. And then, as we know, if there's a giant demand, there's a money trail, a money power behind something. It's usually
going to make it.
Yeah, it totally goes against logic to say, we don't want to damage the environment here. We can actually really conserve this area and build it up and, intelligently design this environment, and then we just wipe it out with bovine,
I'd love to see the bison back on it because they don't impact it that bad. And a lot has to do with cows' hooves versus bison hooves.
Oh, okay.
And cows are bigger, more impact, heavier, and bison are narrower, and it's not as big an impact.
Right.
I might have butchered that, but it's something like that.
It seems like bison would be more ergonomic. Like, it would be spread out more. Like, they look bigger, heavier, scarier, but they're just more efficient creatures, because they have to dodge grizzlies and wolves and stuff. Cows are just blobs.
And they evolved grazing the grasslands. And
right.
they replace it with cattle.
Right. They evolved grazing the grasslands, and they also do a thing where they migrate, right? They just kind of go from one spot to the other, and then they allow, maybe just on default mode just because they move, but they allow for the place that they've been to kind of regrow and regenerate,
Yeah.
So
it's a good thing. Like, some seeds won't germinate unless something has brought them up.
Or passes through the digestive system or something,
Oh, yeah. You've had Dr. Snow.
Dr. Snow. My friend Kyle, he's brain dead. No, I like Dr. Snow. When I had him in POB too, and we started out with the physiological part, like human body, cells, and whatnot. And there was a part where we got to diet. We're kind of talking about fat-soluble vitamins and amino acids and all that kind of stuff. And then afterwards, I was like, "Hey, Dr. Snow, have you ever heard about the ketogenic diet?" No, what's that? And I was just so blown away. Like, what? How do you not know? Like, and I explained it to him. Like, it's this high fat diet. The MMA fighters, UFC. Like, he didn't know anything. Yeah, but come to find,
guy.
Yeah, come to find out, dude, that guy's just all about plants. And if I had a question about plants, it was, all right, stop. You answered my question 10 minutes ago.
He's done a lot of good work. He discovered species in Madagascar.
He's discovered 3 or 4 species.
Yeah.
Like, in written scientific papers, and he's a cool guy. Yeah,
he's pretty smart with science. He wasn't there for the diet thing, but he's
that's
smart
okay.
guy.
No, I've come to find out that you can't do it all. You can't do it all. Even Chung, I tried to talk about Chung. I tried to talk to Chung about probiotics. And he was just like, I'm not a nutritionalist. I'm like a Helmuth guy, Like, I could talk to you about it, but I couldn't give you the details that you're looking for.
Right.
It's like, you can't do everything. You kind of just pick one, which is nice because I suck at organic chemistry, and I put so much emphasis and effort on that, and I just can't get it. But the point is you don't have to get it. There's someone else out there that gets it, and you work with them. That's the beauty of this age, this day and age, And
maybe someday you'll get it.
Maybe someday. Upload it to my noggin through AI.
That'd be the easier route.
$14.99. Hell yeah, I'll take it. No, it's like trying to get to Mars. Could you get to Mars by yourself?
Easily.
Well,
yeah.
The rest of us,
the
rest of us can't. You got to use astrophysicists and chemists and rocket engineers. It's just this big collaboration, and across cultures and across the globe to come together to get us to Mars. That's the day and age that we live in, is being a part of a bigger team. Not like a single entity.
Oh man, I hope we see humans go to Mars. I hope it's you, Casey.
Bill Nye said that NASA is in the process of planning a human trip to Mars, 2033.
I thought it was 2020.
They
said Tesla wants to beat him, right?
Oh,
SpaceX
I hope
is
so.
gonna beat him.
They're going to land another rover on Mars 2020.
Okay. What's Mars 1? I thought Mars 1 was humans on Mars.
I don't know. He said 2033, and then when they get there, they have to orbit Mars for 4 years.
What the
before they can even land.
Wow. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Why? Did they say why?
I don't know. I know 2033 because it's like a good opportunity, I guess. Like,
Right. Closest to us.
Right.
and
Whatever the thing.
Orbits
Like,
and
he said it's not like a great opportunity, but it's like, no, that's a good year to shoot for if we can make it by then. And yeah, so then once they get there, something about their moon doesn't have, or Mars's moon doesn't have enough gravity to where they can land on it. So they're going to have to like slingshot around that and then probably like slow their roll on their way back down to Mars.
what?
NASA term?
Yeah, NASA terms. I read that's a quote from the NASA director.
Wow.
They're going to slow their roll on whatever Mars's moon is, and
2026 is Mars 1.
But what
the
is
hell
Mars
is
1?
Moon's name?
Moon?
Old Kylo would be pissed off at us
Because we
took astronomy.
Kylo? Oh,
Isn't that her name?
Scarborough.
Kylo Scarborough.
Was it Kylo?
Kyla.
Kyla.
I think.
I typed in Earth's moon's name. Moon. It just came up as moon.
Do you know what it is? It's Luna.
The Mars
it's
moon.
I don't know what the Mars moon. Earth's moon is Luna.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Okay. How many moons does Mars have?
I don't know. He made it sound like just one.
Here
What
we
does
go.
Bill know?
Yeah, I mean,
He's got 2. Right?
Phobos.
Or no, Deimos and Phobos.
Yeah.
I think it was Phobos then.
Deimos and Phobos.
Look at it. I mean, it doesn't even look like it's circular.
It looks like an asteroid.
Yes, look at that.
Well, Phobos is all messed up.
That thing is not a planet,
Poor
not a moon.
Phobos. And
Same with Deimos.
Could be a
Man,
starship.
Luna is beautiful compared to
Yeah.
Phobos and Deimos.
Mars
Yeah.
has some shit ass moons.
Asymmetric, or just so nice and symmetrical. A couple craters here and there, like a beauty mark. No, these guys are like,
Character.
welcome to Mars.
They're crazy. Yeah,
They would
suck.
be the red planet.
Yeah, you suck. That's your moons? No.
I mean, I'm glad we just have one and not 2, like, ugly looking ones.
You know,
But of all moons, God, Titan.
oh, you're a Titan guy.
Look at her.
I like Io. Is that right?
Europa.
Jupiter's one
I
of
don't
Jupiter's
know.
moons.
Look at it. Yeah.
So, what did you guys think, as I looked this up, and so the listeners don't fucking shoot themselves in the face, what do you think about when Elon Musk came out and was like announcing we are going to Mars and here's the plan, like it's a one-way mission? Like, did you remember that day when he announced that?
I just read about it.
There's a thing called YouTube, and you could watch the whole.
It's
real cool.
I read it out of the Joplin Globe. So
The Galena Sentinel.
the Galena Sentinel.
Honey, last week Elon Musk said that he was.
They butcher it. I don't know. Say he's going to the moon.
God dang!
I'm
Who
excited,
farted?
though.
You know exactly who farted. Man, that's rough.
Okay. Anyway, so what do you think about that whole
dog
Elon
Yeah.
Musk thing?
You gotta love dog farts.
I don't think he'll beat NASA.
Really?
No.
Really?
He's been crashing quite a bit.
That's
I
good.
believe
He's
in
learning.
him. Yeah.
That's the first rule: is fail quick.
But man.
Io.
Io.
Oh yeah. Is it the really geologically active one?
Good lord. Everybody go Google Io. That's it.
Io moon. It's one of Jupiter's moons. This is your favorite moon?
If it's what I'm thinking of.
It looks like it. Look at that. It's
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
It's bright yellow. Lots of
volcanoes.
very,
Acidic.
very acidic. I was gonna say
Sulfur.
very
Sulfur.
symmetrical. It's like Luna, not like Phobos.
No.
Yeah, it has so much sulfur dioxide, like in space, you can see it, like flying off of the moon. I remember seeing that.
You know, that's crazy about space travel and like, we want to get to another planet and whatnot. Well,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
we want to get to another planet, but we forget that these planets have like other planets rotating around them that, you know, just as well could have either rich resources or little alien life or big alien life. I don't know. But just there's not just Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn. There's also all these moons that could harbor all sorts of stuff.
I love how like they're made of different things too.
Yeah.
It's like it's a chemistry set on each
Right,
planet,
right.
and each planet has its own crazy levels of whatever the hell it is. And somehow Io got to be looking like that, and you can see a stream of just shit coming off of it because that's what it's made of. And for some reason, Earth got a shitload of hydrogen and oxygen, and
Carbon.
carbon. Like what? Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder how that happened. Like, why did Io get all
Star explodes.
that answers that question.
Yeah, all right.
But how come?
Done.
Next subject.
Thanks, Chuck. No, like how come it like concentrates in certain places?
Density?
Yeah. Like, well, why does Io pick up all this sulfur dioxide? Why doesn't it get spread out across the universe?
I think it slowly picks it up. You know, it's a molecule that hits another one, they join, and then it hits another one, or I guess gravity. You know, gravity slowly but surely picks up another thing. Gravity,
gravity, God.
Gravity, God.
Yeah. See, that's why, like, I don't know what's moon rock. You know, what element?
That's a great question.
Because it's something, and then Jupiter's a gas.
Jeez, you idiot. Well, yeah, Jupiter has a lot of gas.
Jupiter's a gas giant.
Well, they think like half of the moon is part of the Earth, don't they?
Yeah, I think
like
it's
an
all
asteroid
Earth.
hit it.
It's all Earth.
No.
Is it?
I thought it was all Earth.
Because an asteroid hit it.
No, not an asteroid. Planet X.
God.
Dude, seriously. Planet X?
Not asteroid, but large body of matter.
The Anunnaki.
And then it hit, and then it put just like, it didn't send it off into space. You know? Earth was still greater, and eventually just rounded itself out.
Fell into Earth's orbit, and then
then the Earth kind of crushed itself back into place.
Right. And then, just filled it back in and whatnot. And well, the thing about that is, and what I've read and listened to and everything is, where did the asteroid belt come from that's between Mars and Jupiter? They think that's remnants of whatever happened with Planet X and Earth. Planet X is so conspiratorial sounding, but that's what it's called. It's just called Planet X. So
I thought it was a YouTube video.
It is. I mean,
why Planet X was real?
But NASA, I'm pretty sure NASA not confirms, but acknowledges Planet X, like the possibility of Planet X being like there was a 10th planet.
I think that's
Pluto.
a theory now. Like that's the leading theory, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where the asteroid belt came from, because that's just a remnant of something that popped, and then like
wasn't it the explosion of our galaxy?
What?
Or not?
Well, I think no, I don't think. Well, maybe, but I think because it's where it is in our solar system. Like, okay, why is it right here? Why isn't it closer to Venus? Why isn't it like beyond Jupiter?
I think it's because of the gravity of the sun.
Yeah,
it's an in between between floating off. It's like at the last barrier of the sun's gravity, to where asteroids of that size, they can't go any farther, because it's like a globe, you know.
Right.
It's not like a Saturn belt.
Yeah. Right. Oh, yeah. I get what you're saying.
It's just like at a certain distance.
Right.
Or is that the Oort cloud? Maybe I'm thinking of the Oort cloud.
Are you thinking of the Kuiper Belt that's on the outer edge of the?
I think I'm thinking of the Oort cloud.
What's the Oort cloud?
That's what I just said.
Oh,
where orcs live?
OORT, Oort cloud, and it's where it's like a globe of asteroids, I think, to where it's the in between, to where the sun, it's like the very max of the sun's gravity. It's as far as it goes. So anything beyond that floats off.
I think you're talking the Kuiper Belt. I think the Oort cloud is the Kuiper Belt. Is extended. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, wow. I see what you're saying.
Thank you.
Wow.
Wrong.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, Google.
Trump.
I wasn't totally full of shit.
Okay, so I see. So this is literally a sphere of objects that the sun kind of holds in.
That's like the outermost realm. Anything beyond that floats. Like it's gone.
How can one look at something like this and not compare that to an atom and valence electrons and stuff? I mean, good Lord.
Yeah.
The electron cloud.
It looks exactly like an atom. I mean, I know it says cometary nuclei on the other side, labeled right there, but I mean, it's just crazy. And then the sun being the nucleus. You know?
Okay, see, there's your Kuiper Belt.
Where do you see it?
It's in the middle.
Kuiper Belt.
It's
So,
closer.
no, I was. The Kuiper Belt is on the edge of our solar system. So right here is the planetary region. So that's as far as like Pluto.
Oh, okay.
Pluto's like right there.
Right.
And then everything else on that is the Kuiper Belt, like on the outside of our solar system. But yours is crazy looking.
Yeah.
This whole, what did you call Oort cloud? That's nuts.
And you believe in it.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right, just making sure.
Just
Making a judgment check.
Couple crazy folks.
need to know what I need to tell the pastor on Sunday. Just need to tell the prayer team what we need to focus on with you.
Have you heard of some of the like real fundamental people think that the devil put dinosaur bones in the ground?
Yeah, I've heard Bill Hicks.
He was just that bored, I guess.
Well, it's they're put here to test your faith. Remember Bill Hicks's his joke on that?
That's true, yeah.
Buddy, I think you were put here to test my faith.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, there's
people are
that,
great.
and something about how a scientist or someone will date, say, a footprint of a dinosaur, and they'll say, "Oh, it's this many years old," and then that person that you're talking about, this conservative right-wing person, will say that the devil switched the isotopes or whatever to make it seem like it's that far back, but really, man and dinosaur walked hand in hand together, because the Earth's only 6,000 years old flat. So
You say and flat?
and flat. Yes. Yeah, just what I love the internet. I love the things it does to ideas for movements, like the North Dakota pipeline. We can tune into live video feeds, and we can talk about that later for sure. But you can tune into a live video feed that's 12 hours away, and just get totally updated on literally what is happening right now. But the internet is also capable of breeding these insanely biased and just unreferenceable ideas and philosophies that somehow get out of control and infect the minds of young people and vulnerable people, and then they just get taken off. And I used to be one of those guys. I watched Zeitgeist for the first time, and I was like, 9/11 was an inside job. Like, I was so hooked on that. But it's just so powerfully done, and it just weaseled its way in there. And then once it was in, it was like, oh my gosh, yeah, this makes so much sense.
You don't think 9/11 was an inside
Well,
job?
that's beside the point, but
Someone's hiding something.
The truth.
well,
We want the truth. Bush, I'm calling you out. Give us the truth.
I definitely don't think it was the way that it happened, that they say it happened. That's what I'll say about it.
Oh, shit, terrorists. I was reading an upside-down book to third graders. Kind of Bill Clinton here, too.
An upside down book.
Have you seen that picture?
What?
Oh,
That's like one of the most
dude.
famous George Bush pictures.
Oh, that sounds
So
hilarious.
he was reading his book,
Yeah.
and he was alerted to the news. He's looking over his shoulder, concerned.
Yeah.
Look at the
book's
book.
upside down.
It's real. Have you snoped it?
This is
and
when he gets in his ear, the guy's like, a plane just flew into the
Is this
fucking
real?
tower.
100% real.
I think there's video of it. I think the's video.
It's an America book. It's an America book. What the fuck?
Like the publicist.
My pet goat upside down.
Damn.
Why is Beezle? What's his name?
Beelzebub?
Here's the video. This guy.
It's a totally different book.
Yeah, it is.
Commander-in-Chief is to respond forcefully,
So Bush is reading.
prevent other attacks from happening.
Looks like
He
a
knows.
private school.
He knows, right? Inner city, probably.
His friends,
Immediately
kids.
following the
His
They
friend.
just filmed the CIA.
His heart's
filmed it.
beating like 130
he
right
knows
now.
what's going on right now.
Oh my God. This is happening right at this second. Oh my.
Yeah, Allah Akbar. He keeps looking at the clock like, oh, it's
Yeah.
got to be done by now. It's
Yeah.
got to be done.
Right. I'm gonna jump.
Fuck. Dang, dude, that's intense.
That's some scary
That's
ass shit.
intense, bro.
Get down the stairs.
It's fire everywhere. There is no stairs.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. If you think about that
awful.
day,
I don't want to think about
Absolutely.
that.
I saw
terrible.
a picture of a guy that was head first, like he was like Christ-styled head first, falling down the building.
Yeah.
Like his head's gonna hit first.
Have you ever thought, would you jump?
You'd have to.
How can you make that decision
I'm
right
jumping.
now?
I'm jumping.
I would hope I would like be staring down the propeller as it's coming out. Just do this.
plane-
I don't want to
plane
do
had
this.
jet
That's
engines.
true.
Give me the
You get
floor
hit?
that it hits.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
He's doing customer service at the World Trade Center.
Isn't that what the World Trade Center is all about? That's his part-time job or something.
He's talking to Amazon about some fucked up order.
Then look over, boom, it's done.
I implemented our government's emergency response plans. Our military is powerful And it's when something like this
He's
happens.
not even reading. That's not my pet goat.
I don't know what that was. I thought it was a video.
Bush reads My Pet Goat.
It said our military is powerful, and I couldn't hear most of it.
Yeah, but look, it's all the same damn picture. This poor little girl. What's her name?
Hold on, Chantel.
Oh, look.
What'd you talk?
Ooh.
That one,
We
second
need
one
to
looks more
investigate.
fake.
We need to investigate.
Well,
Yeah, Google.
fake.
Oh,
Oh, come on. It's too perfect.
Somebody photoshopped that. The big ass Photoshop troll right there. Such a minute change.
Well, none of
What? Snopes. Snopes, Bush.
Snipes.
No.
When there's a cigarette butt with just a little bit of a little bit left that's been put out for a day or
Snopes,
two.
Bush.
You gotta snipe it.
Reads book upside down.
You could be a snipe salesman.
I haven't done that in years.
Not since you got off the streets.
Oh,
You
it's
were homeless.
false,
Yeah,
dude.
when
It's
I was
false.
homeless,
It
I
says
was-
false.
Of course it's false.
Yeah.
Too perfect.
Bush's book was actually right side up. Ha, some jokester.
Not as fun anymore.
Admit
Oh,
it.
gosh.
Call yourself out.
Maybe Bush isn't that stupid.
Have you seen his painting of himself in the shower?
Yeah, so strange.
Can we look at that real quick? I remember seeing it.
I think
but
he's going through some emotional
He knew.
some like PTSD from
No, like
fucking
Commander in
everyone
Chief.
over. Yeah. Like Dick Cheney fucked him,
Yeah.
Oh,
and he knows it.
damn.
No, he has to live with it.
Just look at this case. Use your psychological
I think
type of.
I think I've seen it. Yeah. Looking for clues in the secret artwork of George W. Bush.
There he
He's
is.
in the
while he's looking at
bathtub.
himself.
He's looking at himself.
in the bathtub.
Oh,
This
the
is
fuck,
pre-suicide
George?
right here.
yeah,
This is,
yeah, right. This is a cry for help.
This is I'm done. This is a cry
I
for
think he
help.
painted a dog, maybe?
What?
Seems like
Couple
he
of his
might have painted
dogs.
some dogs.
Dude, the internet is so good. There's a photo of George Bush's painting with naked Vladimir Putin.
OBRB, take a minute.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Hello?
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, what's he? There's his dog photo.
He's so proud. Those are actually good.
Those aren't too bad. Local artist gives painting lessons to former president.
Oh, Fox 5.
So okay, so what do you think's going on in this little shower photo?
Well, hold on. Why are some news stations Fox? What is it about Fox?
If you follow the trail up, who owns what and like who belongs to what. You know, like if you ever Google,
Are they affiliated with Fox? Like,
well, Fox is like the mother station.
Okay.
And Fox belongs to like News Corp or something. It's this big
E Corp.
Basically, yeah. Basically, that's exactly what
Yeah.
it is. But like like Disney owns like ESPN
Yeah.
and Nickelodeon
Yeah.
and all this kind of shit. It's the same way. If you just keep going up, well, who owns Disney? Time Warner. or
Yeah,
whatever.
but so they just like their local channels. They just have it. That's
Oh,
Fox.
you're talking like okay, yeah,
like
so
Fox 14.
that's
That's
an-
like a Fox 5.
Yeah.
Why is it always Fox?
affiliate. So you're affiliated with the Fox. So okay, so like Fox 14.
So they are affiliated with.
Yeah, they're affiliated.
the big boy Fox News.
Yeah. So yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
But like Fox 14, when you're affiliated, like when I used to work there and you're affiliated, we had access to the big stuff, like the big archives of stories and footage and stuff that we could pull and do our own little stuff. So they would allow us to go through any of the stories that were going on, use any of their footage,
I see.
all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And they would send down certain things and say, like, you need to do a story over this and that kind of and whatnot.
Interesting.
That's why like CBS and Fox 14 have different lineups, different stories because they have access to different
But
things.
then you play them side by side, and they're saying the exact same thing.
Sometimes, yeah. But the point is if you go high enough on the ladder, there's like maybe 4 giant companies that own everything in the media world. Of
course.
Literally own
Comcast.
everything.
Capitalism.
Yeah, Comcast is one. Time Warner is one.
This is Time Warner AT&T merger. Everybody's against.
Bernie says go against it.
Dude,
hear
no
most
company
people
should be
saying-
that fucking powerful.
That's so scary.
We should look up what just Time Warner owns and what AT&T owns
It's
by
like
themselves.
$725 billion deal or something.
725 billion.
Yeah, it's like something like that.
Well, here's
Maybe
the
800
thing.
billion.
Here's the thing. AT&T, right? Is that the merger?
Yeah.
Time Warner. Okay. What's Time Warner provide? Internet access. Well, that's a shitload of data, right? What does AT&T provide? phones. That's a shitload of data. What if you put those two data clumps together and go,
I mean,
hey,
AT&T has their own like mobile Wi-Fi and all that shit. The like what US Cellular had, the little mobile
like the little
network.
hotspots.
Yeah, well, like that's a full network.
list of, there it was.
Well, imagine having the monopoly over that.
You could tap in, oh my God, the power.
Charge whatever you want.
That is Skynet, if I've ever seen it. Watson taps into that, we're fucked.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
38.
All right, here's a list of assets owned by Time Warner. Is the third largest media conglomerate, and we're going to look up.
Dude,
after
the Disney one's scary.
after Comcast and Disney. So so that's the point.
Jeez, Disney's still farther.
You had Comcast, and I would say, who do you think's the bigger, Comcast or Disney?
The latter.
Probably Comcast.
I'm going to say Disney.
I'm going to guess.
I kind of want to go with Disney too.
Let's see.
But don't we pay the highest internet prices, but
Yes.
we don't get the best internet?
No, South Korea has the best internet. Is a multinational mass media and entertainment conglomerate headquartered at Walt Disney
Damn
Studios.
it, second largest.
I told you,
Oh.
Comcast.
After
Is it?
Comcast.
Comcast is the biggest one. Oh, it's the second.
Second low?
Oh, no. It is an American global mass media conglomerate, largest broadcasting and cable television company world by revenue. So it's the biggest one, Comcast. But see, there's the Peacock. That's ABC. So CBS, like our channel 7 and 12, maybe 12, they go through this. Like if you follow the string all the way to the top, they are getting their orders from these guys, from Pennsylvania.
It's a family-owned business.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Oh, my God.
So it was...
They got to be good.
It'd be fine.
So, yeah, here's a list of assets owned by Time Warner. HBO, Cinemax. We got all the HBO, sports,
Cinemax.
documentaries. You got, what is this? Turner Broadcasting System, NASCAR races.
TBS, TNT.
NBA, PGA, Cartoon Network, Boomerang, CNN. Who owns... This is Time Warner? So Time Warner owns CNN. Who owns Time Warner?
Time Warner.
Oh, okay.
Time Warner, the top of the food chain.
Third biggest one, yeah. So you have Time
Warner Bros.
Comcast, Disney.
They own Warner Bros.
Yeah, Time Warner. Yeah, okay. Home video. They got Hulu. Well, 10%. Oh, look at that. Everybody's got their hand in Hulu.
Oh, man.
10%.
The melting pot.
Comcast, Walt Disney. Lots and stuff. Oh, here's what they've sold. They had the Atlanta Hawks.
What the hell?
They had six
Comedy
flags.
Central?
They've sold a lot.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, these top three big guys, they just run everything. There might be a couple more that have a hand in the game, but I mean, just imagine the power that those things have and the access that they have to, data that you have. That's not even counting AT&T. Those are media conglomerates. Those are not phone distributions or phone, what would you call that? Giving you access to phone lines or whatever.
Like that and stuff?
Yeah,
I was
just like
kinda zoned
just
out
mobile
over here.
device services, I guess. AT&T, Verizon's super huge, all these sorts of things. And then you have the hardware companies. You have like Apple and Microsoft who actually make the hardware that these companies are utilizing to produce their content and to feed people their content, whether it be Game of Thrones on HBO or, Fox News. What's the guy? The king of Fox News.
O'Reilly?
O'Reilly, the no spin zone.
Damn.
Fuck it, we're going live.
The no spin zone?
Man, that's just so crazy. I cannot believe that kind of stuff is still around. And when I see something on Facebook about how, someone's sharing like a Sean Hannity thing or something from CNN, it's just like, I cannot believe you are still getting your information from that corrupt, owned by the government, man. They just write the script to tell you what to say and what to believe. No, but seriously, I just cannot believe that that's where they get their information from. And they're like, solid duty, like, whatever they say, I believe in, it's the truth. Julian Assange is a traitor.
Traitor.
That's
That's crazy.
Oh
and
my-
Edward Snowden, a traitor.
Did you see that
They're
comment
heroes.
that Bill, whatever his name is, put on my...
Yeah.
I said something about how Julian Assange is...
Bill O'Reilly?
No.
I was like, he commented back? Wow, you must have really pissed him off.
Bill O'Reilly.
Shut
I mean,
up, Colton.
politicians, believe the same thing.
Do they?
I forgot what.
No one commented on my live.
Do you think?
Oh yeah, the Assange.
No. Do you think that politicians really buy into all the shit they spout?
No.
Like, what's a normal night for Clinton right now?
Dude, I don't even want to know. Like, I do, but I don't.
What is it, boy? What is it? Do you do or do you don't?
I would, I guess, if the option was there, but like, I would hope a documentary will be made someday about her and like have all the truth.
How it used to be. Like life before a true democracy arose and we all voted on our phones, you know?
Well, what her life is about and the secrets that she's holding, or like, I don't know. We have there's a lot of answers that we don't have.
Right.
And it'd be sweet, like, you know,
Yeah, like what the hell happened in Benghazi?
20, 30 years down the road, she spills everything or whatever, you know, it'd just be cool.
It'd be awesome. Yeah.
And like how she lives right now, like you just said, like,
I would just like to know a
hell does
normal.
she do?
Yeah, like a normal day. Like not that it has to be normal, but like what's her normal?
Do you think her and Bill ever have any words spoken?
They're
ever?
like Frank Underwood and Claire
no, but they don't even. I can't even see them having a conversation
unless it's about business. Yeah, not like
taking over.
Yeah, like what speech are you giving on Tuesday? Oh, probably the one about whatever. Oh, that's a good one. Good night, Bill.
Separate
Not
bedrooms.
even. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good evening.
Shake hands.
Shake hands. Go to bed.
Just she has some wine, maybe.
Come on, Monica.
She
really
drinks expensive wine, maybe a glass. Take the edge
just one.
off. And a Vicodin or a muscle relaxer.
Oh yeah, for sure. The highest milligram possible.
Yeah.
I want to know what
Just
she
to
takes
relax.
before the debates.
What she takes?
I want to know what
Alpha
drugs
Brain,
are
dude.
on. I wouldn't be awfully surprised.
Alpha brain.
Wrong. Yeah.
Wrong.
I mean,
nasty woman.
let's see. I forgot. Did he say that? Nasty woman?
Yeah.
It's one bad hombre.
I mean, that was too good.
That was amazing.
I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it.
I thought they were making a joke.
I did too. I didn't hear it. Then he said it again.
I can't remember what podcast I was listening to. Oh, I think it was Duncan Trussell and Chris Ryan, and they were talking about like the downfall of the system that we have now and how we're just watching it plummet. You know,
I think we are.
And oh yeah, absolutely. And the more like WikiLeaks releases documents, and the more that these hackers like Anonymous and these other hacker groups that are penetrating the data centers that are held by Clinton, these high-ranking officials, and now they have to think like, oh God, what do they have? What sort of data do they have? I know they've released this email, but do they have this email? Because that's a lot worse email. You know, they don't. They're such in paranoia and fear, and they have these like burner phones, and they can't use one laptop more than once, and all these things. And it's just like it's like you've cornered this creature, and you're getting ready to stab it through the heart with your spear, and it's just like. And that's it.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. And then hopefully something not like a Hitler or something doesn't arise from this, because that's
Dude,
a possibility.
it's ready for it.
Yeah, it's the soil is fertile for something like that.
Absolutely.
And
it's kind of cliche for people to compare Trump to Hitler.
Right.
But in some ways, he has fascist tendencies.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, he's making immigrants and everyone the scapegoat and ignoring the problem, but uniting the people. That's what Hitler did.
Yeah, right. And the like fervor that you see from his followers is a little scary. They're like they don't even have logic. I'm not saying it's bad to be a Trump supporter.
I am. Continue.
But to not even be able to hold a conversation or to tell me why do you believe in Trump? They're just like totally gung ho about Trump is the best and he will make America great and he wants to send all the immigrants back. Let's do it. Like have you ever thought about that? Have you ever fucking thought about it? Or when they did the whole breakdown of the wall and like how much it was really going to cost, he says, it's going to cost me $10 million, and they just like, oh no, it's going to cost like $40 million, and we don't have that kind of money. It's like there's just no logical thought behind it.
No, it's dumb. And the wall, I read an article that said like 116 species migrate through that.
Oh, shit.
So they'd be screwed.
Right.
Go extinct or become threatened or whatever.
Like mammals and like large
just
mammals.
all sorts of things. Snakes, I'm sure, is anything.
Right.
I think that also shows how how ready people are for a change, though. because he's so. I mean, Hillary doesn't have any radical ideas. Free college tuition maybe, but
She had to be pushed. Take away.
yeah,
any radical
right.
ideas.
But Trump is just like throwing haymakers. Just no regard for anything. He just does whatever he wants. I think people are just like almost just relieved. Just fuck it. I don't care.
For
okay,
sure. Yeah.
Let's do it.
They're pissed off.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what's Hillary going to give them that? Mm-hmm. Okay, same direction. Cool.
Yep.
Well, if you think about what's been taken from them since 2008, people's retirement, people's pensions, it's just gone.
Yeah, trade deals, they lose their job.
Yeah,
they go overseas.
Or what was probably good intentions with Obamacare, has totally fucked the whole healthcare system.
Mm-hmm.
So far, maybe after some time it'll stabilize, but so far it's just not been that good of a taking.
But then you got to fight the pharmaceutical industry.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the real problem lies with these private companies basically puppeteering the politicians, right?
What about the DNC that kept Bernie out?
That's crazy.
How do we even begin on that?
Well, here's my question, and maybe Trevor can answer this, but how come Bernie didn't run as an independent? I feel like if Bernie would have ran as like a Gary Johnson type character, I think he'd be crushing right now.
Well, from the start, he said he wasn't going to be an upset vote. Like he said he would support the Democratic candidate if he lost.
Right.
And he would, it's still a good chance he would split the vote to where maybe all three candidates didn't get enough electoral college votes.
Oh, right.
And then the House decides, which means the Republicans would decide. Maybe Paul Ryan, something like that.
He's okay, I guess.
But it just wouldn't be worth. And he would take voters away from Hillary and Trump too, but it's also possible that he takes enough away from Hillary that Trump gets the majority.
Oh, right.
I mean, it's just not worth the risk.
Right. There's just, interesting.
And, I mean, he crafted a lot of the platform that the Democrats are going to run on. Mm-hmm. And so his job is to push Hillary the whole entire time she's in office to do what she said she was going to do.
Oh, right.
Which is a lot of good things.
So, yeah, so his stance is get her in and then manipulate her. Well, not manipulate. Influence her to do what he wants based on what she said. Because, say Trump gets in, it's not going to be as easy to get free tuition or...
He doesn't even want
health care or whatnot. Yeah, right. We'll get a wall.
Get a wall and deport all 11 million immigrants, I guess.
I mean,
It'll be free. It won't cost anything.
I'm not kicking down doors, I'm not.
You're not? I think it's a good idea.
No. So, are you voting Hillary? Are you with her?
Oh, God.
I'm voting for Hillary. I'm holding my nose, gagging.
Yeah.
That's what I got to do. Stinks, Yeah. I might cut myself a little bit afterwards, but I'm going to be okay, I think.
Right. Well, I think it's, the safest bet right now. The safest choice.
As long
which
as
is
we
crazy.
don't go to war with Russia.
You think that?
Have you paid much attention
She looks
to
like
how-
she just drooling at the mouth to go to war with Russia.
Bill Nye talked about it.
She's just like, you hacked us, I must nuke you. And Putin, I watched this video on Putin saying how we've moved in these, anti-missile warhead fire, like they're defensive. And he's like, Ace is just tripping out.
I don't know what's going on.
They're anti-defensive type warhead missile launcher things, but he's like, I'm very familiar with that sort of model, and they have offensive capabilities as well. They can fire nukes as well as kill nukes.
They were just talking today that I don't know what his deal is. China and Russia just finished building. I don't know what bomb it was, but I want to look it up. But they just got they just tested it. Everything was successful, and America's been struggling with it for a long ass time.
Oh, great.
So now they're way ahead of us in the bomb race.
We're just playing a chess match with them right now, though.
Wait. Well, what are the odds, or not the odds? What's the outcome? What are we playing for?
Destroy ourselves.
I don't understand. Make sure you're talking to that mic.
Oh, yeah. Destroy ourselves.
Going after the beast, man.
Going after the beast?
Russia. Let's just see what
It's
happens.
just another enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but why? Okay, but why is China and Russia getting ready to bomb us, and we're getting ready to bomb them? Like, what's the outcome?
Well, I mean, it's just
what are the
like,
stakes?
we're just testing these or whatever, as far as I understood. And
yeah, but
we aren't there
my
yet.
My question is, why are we building bombs still? Why are we not building utopia?
We're still converting old bombs into new bombs. You know, yeah.
I don't get it. You know, that's my point. Is we're on like the cutting edge of so many technologies, yet we're still just cranking out fighter jets, tanks, bombs, subs, all machines of death. They're all machines of death. They all kill and wipe out and destroy matter. That's what they do. They
we're still
rip
chimps.
Yeah, we're still chimps.
Leftover chimp.
But there just must be some sort of information that we're missing out on. Like, what are the stakes here? Is it like an alien race going, whoever survives gets to come with us to the utopia? And they're like, okay, but you can't tell your nations. You just got to tell them that there's enemies. And it's just between Chinese genetics, Russian genetics, or American genetics to get out of this earth. You know, I don't know.
It's not really, it could be, you want to be number one, control all of the resources.
Right. Is this a game?
I mean, that's a faulty system then.
Right.
That's the system they're running on. That's the game platform. Then here's the rules. And there's just good players.
Yeah.
As far as even being born in it, you know.
Have you seen the NATO thing?
No.
Like, do you know what NATO is?
I just heard Trump talk
North
a lot of
American.
shit. NATO was a worst disaster.
NATO failed on 9/11. It's the only time they failed.
They failed. But, like, we want to put, I think, 4,000 troops in eastern Poland just to, like, buff up and get close to Russia. And imagine if Russia was doing that in Mexico to us. How we would feel.
God.
It's the same thing.
Right.
It's like the Syria thing. Like, Russia kind of supports Assad, which is the Syrian government, and then we kind of support the rebels that are trying to overthrow. We do it all the time. But in a way, it's kind of Russia versus America. And, like, Hillary wants a no-fly zone, but they never fly. Russia flies. So it would be like another bluff on Russia to don't fly here because we said don't fly here.
Right.
Because the rebels don't fly airplanes.
Right.
And the Syrian government, I don't think, has much.
Right. No access to aircraft.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Because it's just like World War I or something. Some small thing can happen. There's all these alliances, and everybody has nukes pointed at each other. It's terrible.
Fuck. Yeah. But don't you think that, like, the world today is way too interconnected to have something like that happen, you know? Like,
I don't know.
Like, okay, just say China and Russia just nuke all of the U.S. Boom, there it goes. Well, there goes Silicon Valley, too, you fucks. All the data we had, all the manufacturing, like, it's gone. All the mines that you had, all the Russian and Chinese mines that came over here to study, like, you just wiped them out.
And China and Russia's wiped out, too, because we'll fire back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Keep going.
So that's an interesting thought, is if one shoots, we all shoot, right? Mm-hmm. So if one goes down, probably most of us are going down. Like, L.A. goes, so does Moscow. Hong Kong goes, so does Moscow or L.A. or whatever, you know.
Yeah, and, it's just almost seems inevitable.
Think so. Pessimistic
like,
asshole.
I'm pessimistic, but also kind of optimistic because of what you were talking about. And maybe the leaders wouldn't... It just seems like a big bluff game. Mm-hmm. But man, something bad could happen.
Yeah.
You know, there's been malfunctions in the software. People have thought that there was a nuke before.
Oh, right.
And you just go through the line of authority, people check it. I heard a story once, and
like false flag, nuke fire.
Yeah.
So do you know much about, like, how would you know that a nuke was fired?
I guess just on radar. I don't really know.
Like, how could you tell it's not like a Hellfire missile and it's a straight up warhead? Like,
I don't know. Size, heat, I don't know.
You know, as much as there is talk about, like, nukes and warheads, I've literally never seen a nuke, like a real nuke.
Would you throw a rock at it?
No, fuck no. I would
Roman candle
get so far away. It's just crazy that whatever it's doing inside, it's just splitting the atom, right? That's it. It just splits a nucleus, and it just that much power.
Yeah, it's insane.
I would love to know how it works.
And we have like hundreds, thousands, maybe millions of them.
Yeah, just laying everywhere.
Why? The Earth will be destroyed.
I build batteries for the hellfires.
That's crazy. I mean, the hellfire. I mean, just imagine if we just shot one in the backyard. I mean, dude, that would rock the entire Riverton area.
Are those off?
You should watch a hellfire.
All right,
Are they from
I'd love to
airplanes
watch
or from the
I
ship?
think they're I think it's from a drone.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What? God damn, that's crazy. All right, let's see.
Is the Tomahawk maybe?
I think the
from
Tomahawk's from the
boat?
Apache helicopter.
Okay.
That's what I just think. We're going to watch some Hellfire missiles. Casey makes batteries for these things.
Military.com.
I wonder what that's on.
Dude, I mean,
about. Oh God.
as much as death happens with military, DARPA is amazing with
We build
advancements of
batteries for
technology.
these things.
Good God Almighty. Delivered in 1984, the operational Hellfire missile. Look at that.
Oh shit!
Holy God.
Jeez. Jeez.
This took out a tank like nothing. Holy shit.
What?
Now here's my question.
Oh.
Damn!
See, that's what the battery powers the guidance, the propulsion.
Yeah.
That's what happens if you mess up or
So
something.
if I get fired, I have to get hit by one of these.
I heard Jim's getting fired. Are you going to go watch him get blown up?
You can try to dodge it. I mean, it's on you.
Yeah,
They
right. You
get
can
fired.
run.
Hellfire missiles can be fired from more than
There's a drone.
20 vehicles. God, that drone is so scary.
It's lifeless. Just
Dude, there's
killing
Riverton.
you.
Goodbye,
Oh, yeah.
Riverton. Military's after Riverton.
What kind of
Harboring
crazy
terrorists?
shit?
$105,000 each Hellfire missile.
Oh, here's a slow-mo shot. Good God.
Dude, that's a tank. Jeez.
Oh, my God.
That's a fucking tank.
That was amazing.
What would you like? Jump before it hits? Maybe.
My favorite one is
Just
my
jump
favorite one is
straight,
this
like
one.
dive
dude.
into it.
My favorite one is when they shoot the boat out in the middle of the ocean.
Yes.
I thought it was just they were just shooting.
Casey and Trevor are just out here fishing.
We're on the kayaks.
didn't have a license.
That's the Riverton.
I would if you saw it coming, I would jump in the water and just swim as deep as I could. Just swim down, just as fast as you could go.
It's a Hellfire missile.
Good God. That's amazing, dude. But scary as hell. Scary as all hell.
Yeah.
And then I get to hear all about, we have the medical division where we're making batteries for the neural transplant.
Oh, man.
Where they put it in the spine and it blocks the nerves to
Right.
where they don't feel the pain. And
Right.
so we have to build those batteries very carefully.
But
you'll
you-
be building the missiles that are going to Syria.
Rip the shreds out of human beings.
Yes, that's what I get to help out with.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what's it going to take? Is there? So think about this situation. Maybe that there at some point China comes together with Russia and Hillary Clinton, and we're just like, all right, this is stupid. Let's all be friends and go to the moon. You know?
I don't think it's not possible.
No, just because someone's gonna one up, like,
Yeah.
well, the American flag's gonna be the first one on Mars, right? Not the
Yeah,
Russian flag,
right.
You know what flag's going to be first?
the pirate flag.
Which one?
The United States of Trevor.
Do we have turkey races?
We eat turkey dicks.
Oh my God!
Turkey dick sandwiches.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a
Count
long
me in.
story. Anyway.
It was
Yeah,
on
like-
NASA's website.
NASA,
I hacked it.
They
I
published
hacked it.
your brochure of United States of Trevor, first
If
to
we
Mars.
can just make it maybe another decade, I think we can get some of these old assholes
I
out
can agree.
that want to blow us up. They're like, fuck Vietnam, you know, they hurt me. You know, if we can just get these guys out, like, just, you're going to go to a better place, you know. I think we'll be okay.
ground.
Right.
Wow.
Ground.
Cold.
Should we take over? Execute them?
No.
We? Who's we?
Me, you, and I.
Okay, wow, that's three. Let's take over the government.
Yeah.
Our first order of executive
Valkyrie?
decision is
Valkyrie?
gather up everyone over 70 and cut their dicks off. Heads. Cut their heads off. Heads
Pull
off. Sorry.
their driver's license as well. No more.
You can give up your driver's license or your head. It's your choice. It's your
Yeah.
choice.
I'll sacrifice my head.
I think it's
Noble, but stupid.
Be done.
foolish choice.
Next.
I think you see like the side effects of the momentum shift everywhere, you know, including the technology that's changing, including our political system, how it's just crumpling, and then you have all these uprisings. North Dakota just kind of is the most relevant one, or the most recent one, the most charged one, but you also have things that go on all over the world. You have the Brazilian, they overthrew their government, right?
Yeah, I think we backed it, maybe. The overthrow.
Right. But, I mean, the people did that, right? Like,
yeah.
They gathered, they had like a time, like a Egyptian square type thing. The same. They just all gathered, they stayed, they overthrew this guy out of office because they weren't pleased at what he was doing.
I think it was a woman. I think she...
Oh, okay.
Like, it was pretty democratic.
Yeah.
And she did something, and like an oligarch took over.
Oh,
like,
wow.
it wasn't a good thing. I
Right.
don't think.
It would be as if Trump got in, Trump got shot, Trump's posse takes over.
Pretty much.
Okay,
Pretty much,
right, right.
Yeah.
But you see all these side effects of like change, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 1960 times 100.
Oh, dude, the 60s were awesome.
Yeah, and they're very similar to what's going on today as far as like the mindset of people, the psychedelic movement, the music, not even just music, the art that's coming out, you know, whatever you want to call art, whether it's music, whether it's design of computers or vehicles or whatever, you know, just there's never been a better time for design, creativity, and just change in general, just what you see all around.
Yeah. It'd be cool to see, like, when Martin Luther King marched on Washington.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
How many people did he have with him? Like 1 million people?
Yeah, can you imagine 1 million people?
No. Like, that's what we're missing.
Right.
Is doing it every single day.
Right.
But they have drones.
Dude.
Take down the drones.
Wouldn't that change?
If drones fired on American soil?
Yes. On Americans, people.
Right.
That'd be that would be
like the government shot a missile.
Yeah.
At a parade or something.
That would be the end. That'd be the end.
Yeah.
Government made the wrong move.
Yeah.
That's it.
think so?
White House is getting stormed.
You talk about
hackers go nuts.
Everyone would lose their shit.
How would we fight the missiles?
I think people would die.
All of us?
I think
the
a lot of
civilians?
people would die. But they're not going to nuke themselves, you know. But
Hope not.
I think with enough people...
If you have enough hackers, like if enough people just go, all right, that's it, I'm done. You just shot, you know, all these people.
Like
I'm
you can
not
tell
going
the-
back to work.
the internet-
I'm not going back to school.
The internet breaks because of so much collaboration of,
Right.
fuck this, we're done.
And we have people all around the world that are for us as well, just as in a human type way. Like you're Americans, you know, we're not holding that against you or anything. It's that you're humans just like us, and we support you. You know, that's one thing that was overlooked during 9/11 was all the love that was sent over from the Muslim countries. They sent like these videos on the internet. We are so sorry for your loss. We're praying for you. Not like fuck you, Al Qaeda, blah, 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 you know, which is what we were. What did you do? Which is what we were fed on, you know, mainstream news and everything. Oh, they're so happy. Look, they're burning the American flag. Yeah, maybe one little tiny group, but tons of people were sending over love. So if we were, you know, if Hellfire missiles were launched on a group of protesters in America, and say it's 1 million people deep, it's not just Americans that are rising up. It's like, that might be an entire global shift. Like, I think every government would be like, oh, fuck, buckle up, because this is
Taking down the eagle.
This is
Eagle.
Let's do it, world.
But then the eagle rises up as a phoenix.
Damn it. The oligarchy wins.
No. I'm for America. I want America to win.
No, I'll just burn it.
Burn it.
Start over.
Burn it.
Is that a Bernie Sanders quote?
Burn it down.
I'm glad
Burn
you
it
got
down
it.
for what?
Do you think
Hey,
there'd
can you
be
stop him?
the same response if they droned the people in North Dakota?
I think there would be a similar response. Yeah, big time.
You think so?
Yeah. Did you see that Mark Ruffalo and now Leonardo DiCaprio are there?
I saw that you said that, but I hadn't read anything about it or anything.
Yeah, Mark is there. I think right now I saw a live video feed of him, and they're blocking off the road to get there.
Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, the Hulk is there. They're blocking
piss him
off
off.
the road to actually get to the protest.
Why
Like they won't
doesn't he
even let
just
you
Hulk?
go. but they don't have an answer. Like if you watch the Mark Ruffalo video, they're like, "Why is the road blocked?" They're just like, "Well, it's just blocked." Like they don't have an answer to not let you by. But now the protesters cannot get to where the protesting grounds are. So like there's an influx of people because there's that chick, I forget her name, but the chick that won an Emmy or something.
Yeah,
she got arrested.
Of course.
She ended up getting arrested. Mark Ruffalo and now Leonardo DiCaprio is coming in.
Whoa.
Yeah, Leo's showing up.
Wait
Yeah.
until we get up there.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a serious deal.
When Leo gets up there, dude, whoa.
Water rights rule.
He's going to show up as Artie,
Gilbert, don't build the pipeline. Leo.
No, but he made a new movie. Leo. Why couldn't you be fucking the Revenant guy? Maybe the Wolf of Wall Street.
You chose Ernie?
I'm going to give this speech as one of my past characters.
Climbs the tower or something. Ernie, come down from there.
When I was Ernie. No, but he just made that new movie, something about climate change, right?
Leo did?
Yeah, brand new documentary. Oh, what? Let's watch it real quick.
He's part of the liberal media.
Andrew, when I invited you on,
Oh, shit. Shots fired.
Hellfire fire.
it's called Before the
Hellfire
Flood.
shot.
It's called Before the Flood. It's this brand new documentary.
There's only one flood.
Rat Pack is Leonardo DiCaprio's production company.
For decades, for over half a century. Try to have a conversation with anyone about climate change, people just tune out.
Climate change.
Climate change. And the problem seems to be getting worse and worse.
No comment on climate change during the debates.
Not
Good observation, Trevor.
The more I've learned about this issue and everything that contributes to the problem, the more I realize how much I don't know.
Oh my God! Look how violent that is.
Paradise that has been degraded and destroyed. We're knowingly doing this.
Right on.
I just want to know how far we've gone and if there's anything we can do to stop it.
Isn't this scary as hell? I mean, just looking at all these photos
The
of
U.S. has been the
dead
biggest
coral
emitter of
reefs and
greenhouse
melting ice
gases
caps.
in history.
You're a fossil-addicted country. We are doing more investment in solar today.
I just can't believe it's actually Leo doing all this. I mean,
He's
I can,
He's
but
a really big environmentalist.
just
though.
that he's Leo.
Why do you think there is such
He's at that
opposition
status and
about
he's
the science?
doing
I think
this.
politics people
I
are
can't
still
believe
arrogant.
people take him seriously.
The environmental issues have become the biggest reason for mass demonstrations.
More protests, Chinese protests,
This is the
It
most important
could destroy
issue.
our entire species.
Question is,
Yeah,
can we change our
there's a
course in
stake on the
time?
table called extinction.
Yeah.
That'll
NBD.
make the United States, the whole world, all energy. That sounds fair.
Elon Musk, baby.
All that I've seen
He's
on my
leading us.
journey shows us we have the means of stopping this devastation. Politicians do what the people want them to do. Once the American people are convinced, the politicians will fall in line very quickly.
If we keep pushing, there's no reason why we can't solve this problem.
The world is now watching. We ask you to protect it. Are we and all living things we cherish our history?
Oh, we should go see this.
Man, theaters?
Yeah, I want to go watch it.
See if it's in Joplin.
When does it come out?
October
31st. 21st, yeah.
21st.
So it's out. No. Yeah, it's out.
We'll go tomorrow. I have free tickets for everybody.
I have a party to go to tomorrow.
No, guys, skip it.
This is Halloween.
Anyway,
It's Halloween.
Is there a more prominent problem right now than
Trump about to be president?
Money and politics
Okay, yeah.
could solve climate change.
if you were going to dedicate your life to one thing? I think that's pretty good dedication
Yeah.
right there. Saving planet
absolutely.
Earth. You know, I know it used to be kind of like a taboo, like, oh, you're a hippie, save the earth, It's serious.
Yeah.
It's serious back then, and it's very serious now.
Yeah.
Because you can actually see what is happening. All that video that we just watched of the tar pits up in Canada, that was that one bomb. It's like a bomb going off. That is rip. Have you ever watched that TED Talk?
I don't think so.
I'll send it to you. It's about the tar pits in Canada and the tar sands and how much devastation.
Oh yeah, it completely destroys it.
It almost does worse than destroying. It makes it
Looks
evil.
like hell.
Yeah, it makes it evil.
Absolutely.
It kills. It just. It's
It's the dirtiest form. But Trump wants clean coal.
No, we just can't do it.
What is clean coal?
That's like clean underwear, you know? There's no such thing.
That is kind of true. That
no
is kind of
such thing as clean underwear.
He's got a point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even your own. But, yes, we have to move forward. We have to go in the direction of the new thinking, of the new mindset, you know?
It's all there.
It has to. It feels like it's all there.
We can do it.
It's not anywhere around us before the flood.
Of course.
Not Pittsburgh,
Because-
not Joplin.
Did they pick it?
Because everyone would be like, let's go watch that Noah movie.
Let's be good.
And then
Fine.
maybe
Where was the
like-
rainbow?
There was a rainbow in the bookstore. I like the book better.
I didn't see the
That didn't-
giraffe.
We didn't go extinct. I didn't see a giraffe.
I didn't see any cool animals. The lions didn't kill nothing. But there was a lot of rain.
All right, Ernie.
Praise God.
Such a good boy. Such a good little boy.
My lands.
Anyway.
My lens.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think you
Yeah.
guys are worrying about nothing.
Yes.
We're going to be fine. Yeah. We need to get clean coal going. We need to get coal fired back up again. I'm fired up for coal fired.
I'll leave my car on at night just for the emissions.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now, there's
That's
you
what I'm
know,
talking about.
with more CO2 in the air,
Yeah.
our crops will grow better.
And we can
Exactly.
breathe.
And we'll
easier.
have
Exactly.
longer growing seasons.
Well, there's
There
a
won't
no
be
in
any
it.
winter. Here, let me ask you this: Is winter
Carbon,
important?
oxygen squared. Sorry.
Is winter is winter important? Let's pretend that there's so much CO2. I'm serious.
He just
I
likes
got
the
you.
summertime.
Yeah, this guy.
Can we just?
Do
get
we
rid of
need
winter?
winter? We don't.
Come on, we have to have
Starks are totally against this, but no. Does the winter serve a purpose as far as if we just took it out because there's so much CO2 in the air and suddenly from January to December it's hot all the time. We have not just 12 hours, 12 on.
Count me out.
We have sunlight almost 17 hours a day or whatever it is in the summertime. Is that, I mean, obviously it would change things, but would it be that bad?
Well, for one, you'd melt all the permafrost.
Yeah.
And that releases methane, which traps heat even better, so it's going to get even hotter.
Oh, okay.
And like the most extreme example is Venus is 90-some% CO2, 800 and some degrees Fahrenheit, and it can melt iron. Like that's what would happen if CO2 got out of control.
Right.
Because it's just that good at trapping in heat.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, that'd be
Doesn't that scare the shit out of you? It's gonna melt.
Yeah.
It's gonna melt the cities. The cities are gonna melt.
There would be a feedback. Have you ever heard of the albedo effect? Like what portion, like clouds, snow's really good at reflecting sun.
Okay, right.
It's like the whole
it bounces
energy
off.
budget.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, with all that melting, that's going to be less albedo. That's going to be more sun being absorbed. It's going to get hotter.
Right.
And I read something the other day about how they think possibly all the clouds would start to migrate to the poles, which would make the equator even hotter, and it would just get out of hand.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of good things. Florida could be gone.
Is there
It will be gone.
Is there a comeback to the vegetation?
There have been studies that show that it grows a little better, but too much of it can disrupt it.
Like, would we die in time to where the vegetation could readapt?
Oh, like you're talking extinct humans. Does Earth return?
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, these plants aren't used to. I mean, they evolved with so much CO2.
Maybe it depends on if there's nuclear warheads involved or not.
Yeah,
We could do it.
winter.
We could do it quick, and then maybe the vegetation could, we wipe ourselves out. I wonder. I would be curious. There's a nuclear war. 90% of humanity's wiped out. How long would or what would happen to that remaining? It would be back to hunter-gatherer.
Well, it bottlenecked the genetics. It would get all the genetics just down to whatever's left if they're together, right?
I'm going to say they're not.
Oh, they're spread out.
They could mutate.
It's still going to
then.
bottleneck. Yeah, they could mutate
Shitload of
completely.
radiation. They don't have fucking suits that, there's too much radiation here.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
like they're legit back to this, not Stone Age, but I mean.
Depending on if they survive the radiation poisoning, you know, you might not
If they even meet up. Oh, there's people.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
God, no. We can't even talk, you know? Like, we can't even.
Well, how many generations would it take before you forgot that there might be other people?
I think
just imagine just a black group and a white group.
Yeah, but think about our health, or not so much our health, but our age, to where, like, 5, I don't remember shit. I don't know what happened at 5. But at 20-something, I think I would. You remember what it was like before? You know, people remember what it was like before 9/11 or whatever.
Yeah.
You pay for cash and get on a plane.
Yeah, my one thing about that is that what is separating what, like, the time before is massively traumatic events. Like, maybe you saw me, like, cooked by radiation, and you're like, oh, that's my last memory of my brother. And then you walk out and Trevor's fucking in pieces, and that is what you segue into.
I didn't know it was my birthday.
That's what
Happy birthday to you.
That's what you segue into this, like,
Thanks,
new
God.
world. Like, anytime a little boy is like, Dad, do you remember the old days? You're just like, fuck, I don't even want to think about that. Maybe
Playing
you
on your
would.
Game
maybe,
Boy flashbacks.
I would think.
Maybe you would.
I would think that, like, whenever you remember really anything in your life, I guess sometimes you're going to remember it for the good things, or sometimes you're going to remember it for the bad things. Mm-hmm. I would think in this situation at 23, there would be a big chunk there that was good times, high school and you know, college or whatever, and there would be that one traumatic day, which would be like a year or 5 or something, you know, but
the rest of your life.
One traumatic time to where hopefully I could move on, depending on what the hell life would be like at that point.
Well, the olden days, as I air quote, the good old days are going to be a hell of a lot better than what you're going into. You know, this hunter-gatherer type lifestyle.
Dude, I'm down with that. Like,
but I just probably not everyone else in the group is. You know, there's going to be people who are way.
I think human nature is going to take over, and it's going to be a happy family.
I mean, hopefully that's what happens.
I would think
happy family.
No, I seriously think that's what happened. I think it'd go back to village style. People would kind of adapt. Hopefully food it's probably not going to be abundant, but hopefully it's around.
Like, how many people could do that around here, though? Like, just that you know.
I think anybody.
Why? How?
Human nature. I think it would go back to
they don't have the tools to do that.
Maybe not to, like, forage and survive, but I think as a group, they could learn and...
Like, socially?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think... I don't know what size of people we're talking about. If all of LA survives,
like
it's
Amazon,
probably going to be like anarchy.
Like Amazon women.
What?
Like Amazon women. Like that size.
Why?
You just said size of people, so I just thought the biggest size of people.
The group
the
size
of the group.
Yes. So, like, I don't know if it's good. If it's Riverton, I think we'd do all right. Like, I don't know about farming and shit, but I think we could survive.
Well, if we got a disease.
That would obviously probably
wipe us out.
We don't have scientists here.
I think that'd be our only.
Well, I mean,
disease and radiation would be really, really terrible. But I mean,
I think the animals would be bad too.
Hopefully, you'd have a doctor.
I think the animals would be.
You think here?
Yeah. Maybe not right off the back.
Who knows what would move in?
That's right. Not even Spring River.
Right.
Like, you don't really even want to eat Spring River already.
How would we get water?
It's kind of like
I don't know.
Isn't that like such a fun thing? One of the most fun things to do is just pretend like apocalypse happens. What do you do? It's so much fun.
I
just
always
planning and
wanted to plan the war between Riverton and Galena.
Oh fuck yeah!
I always thought blowing the bridge.
Take the bridge as they drive over.
Yeah,
and then we would own the hill, kind of. You know, like we'd still maybe have that stretch or have at least below the hill. Brigade of some sort.
Yeah. We have the water supply too. They don't have the water supply.
I'd be worried if Baxter would form an alliance with them or us.
That would not be good.
I think they would have us, man.
I would hope so.
They would have to go through us to get to Galena.
Any person I've ever met from Baxter hates Galena more than they hate Riverton, and Galena hates Baxter more than they hate Riverton.
What?
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah. Every person I've ever met, there's always been a beef of Baxter Galena, and then like we're kind of like off to the side.
I see it the other way. I see it Riverton, Galena, and then Baxter's off to the side.
Oh.
Because we'd kick the shit out of Baxter. I don't care if you're from Baxter and listening to this. We'd kick the shit out of you every single year. Maybe not every year, but
You talking sports?
pretty much. And that's where the rivalry was.
But I just feel like Baxter guys, especially guys, are like much more easy, like much more logical.
Okay, this is gonna sound bad, but yeah, I mean, like Baxter. If you went to Baxter,
Talking shit on small towns.
generally it's not too bad. You know,
Yeah,
it's
right.
like you're just a cool cat or
Right.
you know whatever.
Every Galena guy wants to fight.
Yes,
Like
it's
they have
always a
something
fight.
they have something to prove.
It's always something
Yeah.
with the Galena guys.
right.
We
That
Baxter
sucks.
guys know
Do
they
a
have
whole-
money.
And there's cool ones. Like I'll
of
vouch for
course,
a few
sure.
of them, but man, for
I
the
could
most
talk shit
part,
on Riverton guys.
man,
They're like a mix of everything.
Riverton is kind of strange. I don't know if the connected school has anything to do with it.
Oh, like the kindergarten keeps everybody in shape. Like, don't live up on your dreams. I'm kindergarten.
Something like that.
They inspire the high school.
Have you seen the new additions? I want to go in and like really look at them.
Yeah.
Because they built onto that middle spot that
I
was
think-
just like a courtyard.
I think
Courtyard? You remember that?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I missed that place.
I mean, it was kind of
courtyard
cool, but
or
it
the
was
school?
it was
The
nothing.
courtyard.
What the hell was that?
It was just like a strip, an.
And now all of them have an awning, not just the high school. Like the middle school has an
right,
awning, and
right.
I think the elementary has an awning.
I think we should get a big group together and all wear suits and ties and be alumni. Just like, we've heard that there is renditions to our old high school. We just wanted to get a tour. Is Corey White available to give us a tour?
He's in Baxter now.
Is Todd Berry still here?
Chad Harper, baby. Chad Harper.
Yeah, Joel Chad.
He's president.
Is that
Is he
one?
really?
Is that
president? God damn it.
Is that one?
He's principal.
Is that one man here who is the principal of the middle school? Is he still here? Is it Murray?
hey, you
Where's
want a
Mr.
tour?
Murray at?
Can you give us?
She's whipping 3 of her kids that are just chained up, just barebacked.
One of them likes it.
Detention!
One of them likes it.
There's some dyke in there that really just loves it.
You don't have detention today, Mary. I know. No, isn't it always weird when you go back to like kind of visit or like if I ever go talk to mom, going around?
I don't
I
like
don't
it.
go visit.
I don't like
freaks.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
Our
though?
mom works there, so it's kind of
Is
tough.
that your excuse?
You've gone back though, right?
Freshman year, like for a game
Oh, you haven't like gone in the school during
or
school.
no.
I feel like such an intruder.
Yeah.
I would.
Nobody would remember me. Like, did you go here?
I wouldn't want to talk to any.
Exactly. I
I
can't think
always
of
go to
one
the
person
girls.
who I'd be like, let's have a conversation.
Just go to the girls' hallway and I'm like, oh wait, baby,
She wait in the locker room for him.
you want to go to Sonic, get something to eat for lunch?
Let's ditch this place. Got some pizza in the car.
and cigarettes.
Want to smoke a
What are you,
cigarette with me?
17? I'll buy cigarettes for you, babe. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I don't. Miss Davis isn't even there anymore, is she?
Yeah, no. There's
She
no reason
was
to go
part-time.
back.
I mean, come on.
I think she's done.
She's done now.
I think so.
Why go?
No Miss Woods. She's gone.
No.
Speaking of Miss
Woods. It's Woods, Jones, and now Huntsinger.
No, it's Trump.
Oh, now it's Trump.
It's Mrs. Trump. I love that woman, but holy shit.
Wow.
You just,
Wow.
maybe not post that. Maybe not.
To each their own.
Yeah, we've all posted something we wish we wouldn't have.
Absolutely.
But not all
Every
in one
day.
night.
Fucking parasite.
Sometimes you have a bad night.
Sometimes
I
you have a few too many.
Wrong.
I much would have rather had her make little webcam videos like,
Man.
Sunita back. Fuck this cunt.
Man, we ought to tell her that Facebook Live exists.
Stop typing this out.
Yeah,
and just
right.
Fire up that
Right.
live camera.
Drive home from work. Give me something.
Anytime we see the Sunita Jones is live, you're just like, oh my god, just
I have to take this. I have to take this.
You can watch it with me if you want.
It's my wife.
You're going to love this. It's my ex-wife. She used to be a Seifert.
I mean, Underwood's still there. He's a good guy.
But, I mean, just...
I don't like small talk.
Yeah.
I know.
What you been up to? Oh, jeez, man. Drugs.
Smoking weed.
Just drugs all the time.
A lot of drugs, man.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me about that in high school.
One thing, and this is more for me than, and maybe other people feel this way, but one thing, like when I go back, I feel like such a failure because in high school I was so pompous and I was like, I'm going to Hollywood. I'm going to be fucking famous.
What are you
I'll
up to
see
now?
you. Downstream.
I have a podcast.
Listen to my podcast. So it kind of feels like I let people down in that way. But, probably not. It's just inside.
At least you don't.
Maybe it's good that you let them down. Fuck them.
They probably didn't even hear me at all. They were just like, calm down, student 121011.
Oh, wow.
12101.
I hope Riverton wasn't like that.
No.
You knew
It was a
everybody
small-
from like sophomore to senior. You knew
Right.
them. Like I didn't know the freshmen. I didn't care to know them. But I don't even remember who the freshmen were. or
Welcome,
senior.
freshman class.
Wasn't it like Kylie
14.
and Mackenzie Davis?
My brother was in it. It was
14.
him.
Lucas
Yeah.
or Charles?
Charles.
Charles was in freshman year.
Charles Ferdinand Burrows.
Yes, he was
Yeah.
freshman.
He was a freshman.
So who? Curtis,
Yeah.
Damien.
Yeah, I think they were all in there.
They were our freshmen.
I think so. Is that right?
So you and your brother.
maybe
are-
not.
I was with long.
You and your brother about 3 years apart. Then
Yeah.
same with
How did you,
this brother.
dude? How did you know that?
Because I was a freshman, Colton senior year.
Are you psychic?
I just know everything about your life. Is it your dad's birthday today? What? Yeah. Yeah, I thought so.
He
Yeah.
is 34. 34.
I think he's like 48.
Oh, 48.
Sorry,
well, I was going to say
Dad.
34 plus 12.
What about your mom?
Single?
46?
Did you say single?
Does she commit adultery?
Yes. I know she does.
What
for
is
a
her
fact.
religious
Okay.
background?
What? How old is she? Though? Older or younger?
She's 2 years younger, so around 46.
Gotcha.
You know what he's doing right now?
Trying to get my social security.
Social engineering you. He's digging down deep into the psyche.
Oh, dude.
First he asks questions that seem like irrelevant, but you have fun answering them.
How
You're like,
was your
let him
gay
in.
lover?
And there it is.
Idaho?
There's the question that he really wants to ask.
Tell me how your love life
The momentum is just
That
like
was my
he was.
senior year.
See,
Okay.
that's what happens.
That's what I'm talking
Before
about.
you know
Crow.
Michael Rollins.
It was Cody Roland
Goodman.
I'm going to tag him in the podcast. Tag him at 1 hour, 35 minutes.
What the? Why did you tell everybody?
Dude, you know what he did to John. He fessed up to it.
Should we let the people know? Jay,
This is my podcast, but whatever. Just tell the damn story.
do you want to tell it?
You know it better. I just...
Okay, well, one time we were in the locker room.
Is this a real story?
It's for real.
Yeah.
true story. Is it true?
True. I don't know. Maybe we were sophomores.
Probably
Must
something
have
like
been.
that. Yeah, because you were, yeah.
Yeah, that was my last year. I was I went on IR for the next 2 years.
Injured reserve.
But for some reason, there were a few people left in there. Of course, Casey and I were in there, and of course, he was in there.
Right.
But Clark was in there as well. Or not Clark. John Norman. John Norman.
Norman Norman.
Yeah. And Cody was trying to fuck with us, and we just kind of ran out of there because we didn't know what would happen.
We typically avoided the area.
He was aggressive.
Terrifying.
But then we couldn't help ourselves, and we kind of came back to peek to see what he was doing to John. And didn't he have him locked up in a locker?
He was like locking the lock to a locker.
Just them two in there.
with John inside
in the
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And was he
cattle prod.
participating?
No, John was scared. We left John. I mean, honestly,
we didn't help him at all.
We abandoned John because we were not dealing with
Just
it.
think of that moment when John looks over and you guys are gone and Cody's just looking at him.
Dude.
Imagine when he sees us, if he saw us come back and then leave again.
Oh, they're going to rescue.
Oh, no. Do you remember, Trevor, when you tickled Darren Mooney?
And I thought it was you.
So you were waiting behind a curtain, right, for me. And so he hears footsteps. For some reason, this must be Casey. So what? You jumped out and tried to scare him, right?
I think it was Tickle or something.
I don't know, something like you jumped out. Ooh-ah.
Yeah.
And Mooney just kind of looks at you. Oh, I thought you were Casey. That was it.
That's all. That's hilarious. What else needs to be spoke? I thought he was Casey.
And then that reaffirmed White's suspicion. on how gay we were.
White thought you guys were gay?
Yes.
Well, aren't you? Or no?
Well, we
Were.
just for a little
Going
bit through a break.
Yeah, no problem.
We were both going through breakups. We were venting to each other one night. One thing led to another.
He just always during football, like we were together, it was freshmen.
Oh, right.
We weren't really too
Right.
involved. And we'd just be chit-chatting.
Yeah, holding hands.
And White would hear us at just the worst times.
Every single time. You know, your parents walk in
on the movie,
yes.
the tits show up
Yes,
only
exactly.
at this moment.
The,
and
the 3
what you
seconds,
watching?
the 3 seconds that boobs are on the screen,
Yeah.
and your parents happen to walk in the door and
Right.
see what's going on in the room.
Like, wasn't one of the first ones, you know, I like Boy Meets World.
So he's like in the squat position. We're talking, you know, like the squat and watching the play. We're behind him. You know, I like Boy Meets World. You see White just kind of slowly turn around and who said that? Yeah, just like what? Go back to what he was doing. I mean, there was like a few instances of we say something and you just he just kind of what?
You should have called him out on it and be like, "What? What, bitch?
What, do you got a problem?
What? You don't watch Boy Meets World?"
And we'd take group poos.
Yeah, every
think he
single
always-
pregame, every
Group
single
poos, like group, like you two.
It
or
was a
like,
group poo.
Fill it up.
Yes, sometimes every stall was filled, and then of course we would have opening ceremonies, which was whose noise. Like we'd sit down, you know, be pulling our pants down at the same time. Like, you want to take opening ceremonies? Sure, I think I got a good one. You know, and just like let her just as much pressure as you can give it, or however to make it sound the greatest possible. Somebody would get opening ceremonies. Oh, nice, very nice.
And then everyone else felt comfortable enough.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, it was just
break the ice.
I don't even think I could do that anymore. But
No, I would always usually go back if it was game time because I get so nervous I'd have to poo all the time anyway. So.
Track was the worst.
Oh, dude, that's why I
quit.
track.
Yeah,
It made me
I
too
quit
nervous.
too. I threw the javelin one time and I was like, nope, never again.
Dude,
Running
horrible.
scared me to death.
Yeah, I mean, you could poop 5 times before the run and be ready to start and just have to poop so bad.
Oh man,
So damn
definitely not my area of expertise.
It was fun, but yeah,
I heard it was fun,
liked
but
it.
just it was not worth. Like I couldn't have fun because everyone was like lying around talking to girls, and I'm like, I gotta run.
Well, and then Ryder took over, and it was just absolutely the most miserable. Nobody. I mean, it sucked.
That's what happens
With Garber, it was fun.
Middle school was a
Garber's
great
the
time.
shit. Dude, you remember, was it me, you, Eric, and Tony in the
we
medley?
switched. So normally Tony, Eric, medley is 100, 100, 200, 400. Tony, Eric, first
You did the 400.
first 200. I did the 200, and then I would hand off to Trevor for the 400, right? And that's how it went. And one time, I think it was at Baxter.
I can't remember where it was.
I want to say it was at Baxter. I'm not positive, but I want to say it was at Baxter, and we just kind of get together. Hey, man. Trevor didn't really want to run the 400. Tony was like, all right, I'll run the 400. So Trevor is going to take the 100.
Right.
Okay. So we switched, and we didn't tell Garber. Oh, God, I wish Tony was here. So, boom, goes the race. Trevor just absolutely smokes the competition. I mean, just like Eric gets it so soon. Eric's not the fastest guy.
Right.
Eric runs, gets it to me. I mean, like the other guys are just sitting there like just waiting, like still waiting, not even like getting ready to run. Just our guys aren't even close. Eric gets to me. I'm pretty fast, I'm booking it, I give it to Tony. I run the 200. Nobody's on my tail, nothing. I stand there for like a while after I hand it off, just waiting because I can't cross the track yet because I'm still waiting on the other guys to get there. So I hand it off to Tony. We end up getting like 5th place. Tony, how? He couldn't do the 400? He just totally butchers the 400 and we just get demolished. Like, what happened?
What? I mean, you had such a high.
Tony just...
I don't know. That's why I wish he was here so we could comment on it because I don't know what happened, but
Garber had us in our places for a reason.
oh, and then Garber saw it or heard about it or whatever, and he was sure to let us know not to do that again, and be sure to let him know, or he's the one making the lineup, not us. Like, it
We
was
just
hilarious,
figured
though. I mean, we were just so far ahead. And then we end up not even placing. It was so,
No medal.
There was so much hope up until one point.
it was amazing.
break a record. Like we were
Yeah.
gonna stomp these
We're
guys.
going to do it. We're really going to do it.
We had so much momentum. And
Garber won't be mad.
Yeah, right. I'm not even mad at you boys. You got first.
Yeah.
A new record.
oh, man. It was
Tony's
good.
like, oh, shit.
I just got passed again.
dude, he knew it. I don't know. It was good.
Were those guys just really fast?
Your 400 guy, I mean, that's your anchor. That's your basically your best sprinter.
I feel like I could run a 400 really good.
See, now I think like track would be unbelievable because I would be awesome at it, not carrying around another 60 pounds, you know.
Yeah. Fat ass.
Yeah. Wow. Ouch.
Oh, just playing.
I'm just kidding. But
We've
yeah.
all been there. I'm there right now.
I mean, even in football, though,
Yeah.
I think us now could have a just way better play.
Oh, yeah.
Faster, stronger.
I feel like I was much stronger back in the day,
Yeah.
high school, but my mind wasn't as sharp as it is now. Like the handouts that Mooney would give, I would,
Yep.
I'd look at them, but I wouldn't really put them into my mind and use them.
Film was just chilling, seeing
Film-
how good you looked
film-
on film.
Try not to fall asleep. Or whatever. I just wish, but I was such an intuitive player. It was just like, what do I feel right now? That's what I'll do. And it worked out okay, but I feel like I could have been.
Is that your girlfriend?
Ace
son?
podcast. I feel like I could have been a smarter player, and that would have been better. Just to be able to. High school football is not that complicated, especially a 3A Southeast Kansas type.
You're not
football.
going against the craziest guys.
No.
We could spank them. Like
I was pretty
typically.
crazy.
Most of the time,
Remember our 8th grade year?
Yeah.
I
Most of
wish
the-
we would have kept that.
most of the time, whenever they line up, if you've studied the play, the footage and the packets, you know what they're going to run. You know one of maybe 3 plays, and they're all similar. So if you could do that, like if you could have done that, oh my God, just imagine you could jump every play if you were correct or if you were decently correct.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I just remember always being tired going to football practice. Like, didn't we
got
have
to that.
chemistry and then went to football
It was
practice?
either chemistry or A&P.
They
it
were
was like
both brutal.
8th block. I
Yeah.
guess A&P was senior year, which means it would have been weights or 8th block
So it would
or
have been
whatever.
chem then.
So it would have been chemistry our junior year.
You were spent after chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, you
go
just
football practice.
It was just a whirlwind of shit being thrown at you, and you're just trying to keep up, and then all of a sudden you have to go
Nothing's
suit
changed.
up, and
True that.
Golly.
but I preferred having weights 8th block and then
Going straight
going
to
straight to
football.
weights,
That'd be
just
nice.
Just totally warmed up. ready
throwing
to
your
go.
pads, you're ready to go, and you're still whatever. That was awesome.
Oh no.
So are you going to do any more traveling? Like, are you applying for jobs or?
We'll be soon. Like, they'll start opening up the seasonal jobs. You have to do, like, to get a biologist position, a permanent one, you just have to collect experience. And you just got to kind of travel around to do that. There's more public land in the West. So it'll probably be somewhere out there. Colorado would be cool. I'd still like to explore the actual Pacific Northwest. Pretty much anywhere. If it had to be Nevada, let it be Nevada. It'd be a lot like
Just 'cause it's
Idaho
deserty?
was. Yeah. But yeah, do that and then hopefully get a biologist position in a couple years or
That's what
something.
you'd like. Is
Yeah, I think so.
it's just the title's biologist. Like you'd work for the government.
Yeah, like a wildlife biologist probably.
Okay.
Because you can kind of do a little bit of everything with that.
Now, when you're doing that, when you're in that position, are you able to how do I word this question? Are you like a caretaker of the land, or do you kind of get to pick some research? Like, oh, I'm interested in grizzly bears. I'm going to study some grizzly bears because that's where I am, or whatever.
You can.
Yeah,
But
what are the powers that give you that if you get that
when you're
position?
a biologist, just kind of habitat management, manage populations. Like, you have a decent idea of what's out there and how many are out there and everything. And for hunting, maybe the elk population is going down. Well, you would study why is it doing that,
Right.
and do something about it. I think that'd be fun. It'd be a lot of problem solving. It'd be challenging. You could be
Right.
outside, inside.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot that goes with it. I think I'd really like it.
How much would you work with Fish and Game?
You could just do the same thing with Fish and Game.
But Fish and Game is not what you would be doing because yours is like the Bureau of Agriculture. Or?
Yeah, but like there's different agencies,
right? And
you can transfer those skills to any of the agencies, really.
So you could potentially work for Fish and Game.
Yeah,
like they could be like, we want
possible.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wants those jobs.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Fish and Game the best?
Yeah, I mean, you just get to work with the animals and stuff a little more.
Right.
But, I kind of like habitat management better than working directly with the animals.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Well, what would your dream biologist position be? Make sure you're talking to that mic.
Oh, yeah.
You can move it over. You can, pull it over. Or you can, you can move this.
Yeah, I've been trying to look at Casey and
I
got caught over
He's just
here.
MIA right now.
Yeah.
Decided to leave.
But what was your question?
What would your dream position be as far as biology? Like, if they're like, here's your salary, pick it wherever you want to go. What do you want to do with it? Like, what would it be?
Location. I don't know where I'd want to settle just yet. Colorado would be cool. It's close.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty progressive in the things they're doing, and it's beautiful. And you get a little bit of everything there. There's desert, there's grassland, there's mountains, there's good diversity and a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. And then work for one of those agencies and just do conservation shit.
Kind of sounds like you're still developing your idea of what is possible.
It just takes some time.
Right. Kind of figuring out what's out there, what sort of opportunities, Are you going to work with elk? Are you going to work with elk habitat? Are you going to work with elk foliage or whatever? Flora, I don't know what you call it. But,
you just got to jump into it. And
how about rattlesnakes, boy? Are you into rattlesnakes?
I mean, they're cool, but
can't make a rattlesnake sound.
Man, I was always scared that I was going to get bit by one.
In Idaho?
Yeah, everybody said, you got to watch out for the rattlesnakes. I didn't see one. I saw one dead one on the side of the road.
Good. That's how they all should be. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, because we would be out there, and hopefully the radio would work, and, at the very...
You didn't have your sat phone?
What is that? Satellite phone? Oh.
You don't watch Jurassic Park?
Oh, shit.
I gave the phone to...
Nah.
Don't move. There's so many other things I could eat in this jungle, but I want to eat you.
I pooped out that phone when it was ringing.
Get this phone out of me.
Sorry.
Tangent.
Tell him to stop calling.
But, sometimes, the quickest response would be an hour. And that's with a helicopter.
What?
And after you've been bit by a rattlesnake.
So
you just got to fucking sit there, stay calm for an hour, hope they show up.
You might die.
Could die, yeah. People die.
No, they don't.
Dude.
Legends never die, dude.
They never die. There was a story of my boss, a lot of people go out on fire rolls, just with the fire crew to put out wildfire.
Oh, yeah,
fires.
yeah. When we set the field fire in Independence, that Fish and Game guy who's friends with my dad and our uncle, he came out and was helping put the fire out. Yeah.
But they'll camp out, and it's hundreds of them. And there was a story of a guy getting back into his tent.
Oh, shit.
And in his sleeping bag, there was a rattlesnake.
Oh, Lord.
I guess it bit him 4 times. I think he was all right, but how terrifying is that? And you're crawling into bed.
Zip up, man, when you're not using it.
Absolutely.
Zip up.
Dude.
I'm always paranoid about keeping that thing zipped.
Casey had a little intruder in his tent one time.
I was about to say, man.
Raccoon?
There was more rage.
I mean, to add insult to injury, we came back from this really long hike. Really long. We were very tired, and there was a storm rolling in. And so I was like, okay, well, let's gather up wood. Okay, we're getting wood. Well, it already kind of drizzled in the morning, so there was this mossy rock that kind of led down to our campsite. This kid slips on it. Oh, fucking! What did you do? What?
That's not what I was thinking of, but this is a good story, I guess.
I forget.
I was carrying wood.
Yeah, but what got cut? It was pretty bad.
It was up in my armpit area.
Right.
It was just a flab of skin, and thank goodness we had a little first aid, just simple first aid. So swabbed it up, patched it up, and
it was a nasty fall.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like a piece of wood. I don't know if I came down on it or whatever, but man,
his skin actually ripped. Like it ripped.
Right.
Like it was just like you pull it apart and then there's a hole behind it.
Yeah.
So it was nasty.
So got that all cleaned up, and I just kind of, my body was just like, you're going to bed. Like, just go to sleep. And I slept, I don't know how long. Which
couple hours.
Sucks, though, because you did a bunch of wood and stuff. Didn't feel like a couple hours. Felt like about an hour.
Maybe so, yeah.
And I got up, and I felt so much better.
Right.
The pain had just subsided.
Right.
I was just calm.
Right.
I'm sure I shot a shitload of adrenaline.
Right.
I was thinking at the time we were there, and then
The dog got in.
some of the neighbor's dog or something. But a similar story to where it was raining and everything. And so we're gathering wood, we're working, we're trying to get some food ready or whatever. And I was like, all right, I think I'm just going to lay down for a little bit. I go in my tent. In my fucking sleeping bag is this wet dog.
Wet German Shepherd.
Wet
Big
German
dog.
Shepherd, furry-ass dog.
So happy to
Like,
see him.
Just cozied up right on my pillow, just in my sleeping bag. Like, you motherfucker. I mean,
This whole time we had tried so hard to keep the inside of the tents dry, just
Yeah.
as hospitable as
and
possible.
we had been like tolerant of the dogs. Like, they were nice to have around for protection, but at the same time, there goes the wildlife because they're
Right.
scouting up ahead
Yeah.
and scaring everything off. So it's like, we're probably not going to see anything. But there was some ease of mind and that there's dogs around. So if some
Right.
crazy shit does happen, we have 2 dogs that are at least going to warn us or, maybe deter the enemy or. Wet ass dog laying in
Worst
my
case
sleeping bag.
scenario.
Man, I was so mad.
Right.
So did you tell him to go away and
like,
sleep with
shoo,
Colton
dog.
or what?
No, I think I
Did you ever do any camping out there in Idaho? I mean, they have
Yeah. Where we were
Bears.
at,
bald men that are mad at their wife.
lots of rednecks.
really Idaho.
Yeah. Well, it's not as bad as here. They're more like rancher rednecks,
Yeah.
but
Not
Yeah.
white trash, rednecks.
not as white trash. no.
Why does here have white trash? Why?
I don't know.
Because it's
Not
just
much farmland. I mean, it's just kind of like you're
those-
a small town redneck.
And they're like in the middle of nowhere, small towns more.
So they have the land then. They have the escape at least to where they could
Yeah.
utilize the land, whether it be farming or ranching or whatever.
here. It's almost like a mini city, like
Yeah.
like Crestline. That's
Right.
like a little mini. That's not-
Crestline's weird. I don't
Crestline
know
is so
much about
weird.
Crestline, but it's really strange.
It doesn't even have any. It doesn't have even a gas station.
As
or
a
anything.
church, as a post office.
Yeah, but no sort of economy whatsoever. Like
No.
you can't spend money in
No.
Crestline except for Susie's house, which is out back on 6th Street.
Shut up.
Old
He's
Susie.
awesome.
But there were times we got
I
paid
don't
to
know what's
camp.
wrong with that dog.
I think he might have ate a brownie,
What?
a chocolate brownie. Anywho,
Anywho,
He's just dying.
aren't we all? Aren't we all?
amen.
I had a trippy thought the other night. Well, a trippy moment where I was listening to Sam Harris, and he was. I think it was not a TED Talk. What was it? It was some sort of interview that he was giving. He might have been on the Rubin Report. I don't know. Sam Harris was talking, and he's talking about the brain and the mind and thoughts and everything because he was pushing his book, the one on spirituality. I forget what it was called.
Is it the Letters to a Christian Nation?
No,
Or is
it's
that different?
something to do with spirituality without religion. I forget what the book is called, but it's just about spirituality without religion. Like you can gain this purpose and meaning without religion. Focuses on meditation and that sort of thing. And so he's talking about meditation, and he dropped this line that he points at his head. He's like, "It's just all atoms up here. It's just all atoms." Like what? It literally is. It's the same thing. Your whole body is made up of exactly the same thing that makes up that tree out there. Different compositions, same material.
Stars in the sky.
Stars in the sky. And it's kind of like what all the psychedelic guys, especially like Alan Watts or Terrence McKenna, how they say, we see ourselves as separate. Like human beings are separate. I'm separate. I'm going to go out into nature. I'm going to go out into nature. Here's me, there's you, and there's you. Really, it's all the same stuff. It's made up it's just the same stuff, except this stuff moves. Like I animate this stuff for a while,
Different proportions and everything.
Yeah, you ever seen that quote that says, "We're just the universe that's exploring itself"?
It's one of my favorites.
Exactly. Right? Is that what's going on? Seems like that's what's going on.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. You are
Did
literally...
a scientist say that? It seems like
I
it
think
was
it's
someone.
Neil deGrasse or something.
That was Carl Sagan.
Maybe.
I actually think it was Carl Sagan.
Is there a bit? Do you know much about John von Neumann?
I don't think so.
Sam Harris has been talking about him quite a bit. I guess he was just the balls of the world at one point.
What did he specialize in?
I guess he was just super smart and had crazy theories on artificial intelligence, and I think he was into computers and stuff, honestly.
When was he around?
John von Neumann. John von Neumann.
It's not Jean-Claude Van Damme?
It's not John Norman?
John von Neumann. This is John von Neumann.
Oh, he's a dashing fellow. Good Lord, look at that resume.
1903 to 57. Yeah, look, mathematician, physicist, inventor of computer science as a polymath, made contributions to mathematics, functional analysis, ergodic theory. I'm going to look it up. Is a branch of mathematics that studies dynamical systems with an invariant measure and related problems.
Look at how to say it. I don't think it's ergodic. It's like ergodic.
Ergodic.
Ergodic is like a ergonomic cock.
Yeah. Comfortable cock.
Yeah. It's good for your back.
Topology. What's topology? Geometry. I mean, like
just studies things that are on top of other things.
Put that rubber duck on top, and I'll study it.
That's a roof.
The properties of space that are preserved under continuous deformation. I mean, what? The Mobius strip.
What is that, time?
I guess. Topological space.
Real. Topology, isn't that like the surface of the earth?
No, it's mathematics.
Topography?
Anyway, this guy is
topography.
Ultra smart, made many contributions, maybe the smartest man of all time. His analysis of the structure of self-replication preceded discovery of the structure of DNA.
Wrong.
Crick, just calm down.
Wrong.
Chuck Nice.
Wrong. Yeah, anyway, it's just amazing
Child
character.
prodigy.
Was a child prodigy.
Wow.
At 6 years old, he could multiply and divide 2 8-digit numbers in his head and could converse in ancient Greek.
What?
When he once caught his mother staring aimlessly in front of her, the 6-year-old von Neumann asked her, "What are you calculating?"
That is awesome.
Jeez.
That is so bad.
Sounds like Chance Only.
Yeah, but at least he's...
What are you calculating?
At least he's, like, comprehensive. This guy...
He's literate. I wish I was literate.
Are you not literate?
Did you guys see any of the
literate.
releases by Apple or Microsoft? Apple just did theirs today.
I saw Apple has lost revenue for the first time since like 2004.
Yeah, they'll be going down probably for a while.
Oh, Economist Colton.
Would you like
Easy.
to? Welcome to my show. Dun, 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 dun. Apple's down. The apple's falling from the tree. What are we going to do? Microsoft releases a new computer. Anyway, did you guys watch any of that? Have any opinions?
I have not watched any of it.
Can't talk about that subject.
Next subject. King Kong. Wrong. John von Neumann documentary.
Wrong. Parasite.
Wrong.
John Von was a fucking parasite.
What?
Oh, we gotta show him some information.
The history of mankind.
Wrong.
Anyway, look up John von Neumann. Very
I'm
interesting
going to take
character.
a picture of that with my mobile device.
Go ahead.
Wrong.
If any producers out there are wondering my number, hit me up. I'll hit you with the Twitter.
What's your number?
417-762-XNXX.
XNXX. I wish I had enough listeners to where like that would be a bad thing. Like, don't give out Trevor's number because you just like you're gonna have to get a new number. Like it instantly starts ringing.
What's up, cocksucker? Dude, you
Just
still need
dick
to get
pics
sponsored by XNXX.
Should I just send him a message and be like, hey, we've talked about porn on almost every one of my episodes.
True.
And XNXX. One night, we weren't podcasting. We were just drunk. We were discussing all the porn websites and we were debating like which one was the best.
That was with Fry.
Yeah,
It was a nice intellectual
it's always with
one,
Fry.
I'm sure.
We treated it like lawyers.
Gentlemen?
Yeah, like gentlemen. Fook.com is the superior website, except for
not the loading quality. The loading quality.
There's all the damn pop-ups.
It's funny is it Pornhub that releases some data? That's pretty fun to look at.
Fascinating. In fact, can we look up, dude, I did a presentation over porn and sex, human sexuality, and we had this live search feed that we played during class. The shit that comes up on that is amazing.
Nice.
If any of them do something good, it's Pornhub, because they actually take all the data right there, live search. They actually take all the data, and there's a lot of things you can learn from this.
Isn't interracial big in the South?
Live,
like here?
Live straight searches. Wait, straight live searches. Worldwide orientation.
Bestiality on 60th Street.
That's coming from Casey's IP address.
What? I must have.
Let's see if it loads.
A virus.
If you guys want to check this out, it's called pornmd.com. It's sponsored by Pornhub Network. Pornhub Network is a huge... I know about all this because I did the damn presentation. So
yeah.
But it's the largest porn archive on the internet. But anyway, this isn't working, but PornMD allows you to see live searches, and it's kind of fun to see what the hell people are looking at. But alas, it's not loading correctly.
Must be Comcast.
Guys, after this,
call the IT guy.
After this, you guys gotta come Oculus Rift. I discovered Oculus porn, and it's Kylie Pilent or whatever fucking name it is. Oh, there it is. Guy watches lesbians. Girl shitting toilet.
Oh,
with a phone number. Stepmom cream pie.
Tit bondage.
Oh.
It's like tit bondage, you know?
Porn star Venus Raven.
Black hentai.
Venus Raven.
Erect nipples.
Rocker
Make
chick.
her pregnant.
Just saying, someone out there in the world is typing this in and hitting enter somewhere. I kind of want to know what that is.
Pakota.
Pakota.
Oh, wow. It has the link to it, too?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, I mean, it's just a search, so...
Oh, okay, within Pornhub.
Yeah. These are searches. These are like someone on Pornhub goes to the search bar. This is what they type in.
Amateur
Don't
come.
This is incredible.
Isn't it crazy?
Nasty MILF eat shit. Shit on dildo.
Fuck in her parents.
Shitty anal accident.
Oh, that is a indie band right there. If you're looking for
that's a good one.
We are shitty anal accident. Thanks for coming out tonight.
I like classic 70s.
That's the straight. You want to look at the gay?
Spy on stepdad.
Here's the gay.
Joy Pillow.
Hulk.
Oof.
Hulk. Plumper interracial.
Oh, God.
Armpit sniffing.
Oh, jeez. Yerk. What's a yerk?
I don't know.
We need to know what a yerk is.
Does anyone know what a yerk is?
Oh, my God.
Oh, we shouldn't have Googled yerk. Oh, my God.
Go to yerk.
Do not Google yerk.
Dude, you want to go yerk
To
this
throw
weekend?
or thrust with a sudden smart movement.
Kick or strike.
Where's the Urban Dictionary for yerk? To the act of stroking your dick for brief pleasure and putting it away before ejaculation.
I'm just going to yerk real quick. I got a good yerk in class.
Nobody's
Oh, God, look at that one. Ooh, Russian
Japanese
young boy.
daddy.
Rugby.
So here's the she-male stuff. I can't believe we're doing this.
I know. I feel like I work for the NSA.
I would love to see my NSA profile. Like, what the hell do they have on me?
Oh, think you're on a list?
Yeah.
I'm probably on the list.
But I don't think they care about me.
Bernie supporter.
Bro, Hillary's going to kill them all.
I'm definitely for weed legalization, so they have me on that.
Well, there are 9 states voting on it?
Yeah, did you see the thing about Arkansas? They just, like, tossed it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were just like, we're not voting on this. And let it go. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you see that one city that denied solar panels because they didn't want to soak up the energy of the sun?
Yes.
They thought they'd soak up too much
Somewhere
of
in
the
America?
sun. Yes.
Where was it?
I don't remember.
Seems like
Massachusetts or
maybe
something stupid.
Tennessee?
Yeah, something
It could have
like
been
that.
Massachusetts.
I don't know.
I always blame it on
If
the
Russia's
South.
going to nuke somewhere, just nuke that place.
North Carolina.
It would be. It would be.
Well, here's Snopes, and they probably say it's not right. No, that North Carolina town didn't ban solar panels.
Such a good story, though.
Gotta believe what you hear anywhere.
Straight from
Don't
Facebook.
question it.
Don't question. John von
Neumann. John von Neumann. So what are you guys going to be for Halloween?
A pilgrim.
Lumberjack.
Are you really?
That or buy a sweater with a pumpkin on it.
All right.
And just be
specific.
The pumpkin man or something.
It's the pumpkin
Oh, it's a
man.
mixture. It's not totally false and it's not totally true.
Okay.
The claim. Residents of a North Carolina town rejected the local installation of a solar farm over fears the technology was harmful. What's true? A North Carolina town rejected the further installation of solar panels. Some residents registered fears that the panels would disrupt the local ecosystems, while many others worried property values would be affected. What's false? Concerns hinge solely on, or mostly, dangers of solar panels sucking up all the energy from the sun.
So, like, the true
the
part
good part
is kind of real. Yeah, you understand.
Gives me a little more hope.
The false part's the almost best part.
I like how they have to like put it in there. Like, okay, what is not true is them claiming it's going to suck up the power from
There was
the
like
sun.
one guy at the meeting who thought it would suck up the power of the sun.
It's going to do it. It's going to do it. Pass it if you want.
Now, I went to Broxton Community College, and I know that if we install these, the power of the sun will be decimated.
We cannot let this pass.
Now, my
Vote against Bill 423.
my suggestion will be clean coal. Who's with me?
Clean coal.
Clean coal.
Clean coal.
Clean coal. What's his name?
Google what is clean coal.
All right, what is clean coal?
What does that mean?
I think I read something that doesn't exist.
What
There's
is
no
unwet water?
There's no such thing as clean
It just has to
coal.
be something that politicians say to make it sound
Clean coal. I love clean coal.
So, Trump, you've won the presidency. What's the first thing you're going to do?
Clean coal.
Wrong. Clean coal is a concept for processes or approaches that mitigate emissions of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases.
Sounds like bullshit.
Radioactive materials that arise from the use of coal, mainly for electrical power generation, using clean coal technology.
Is it just a marketing term?
It says
Wrong.
a concept for processes or approaches. So, to me, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like to get clean coal, you've got to do some dirty shit. You know what I'm saying?
We haven't really figured it out all the way. There's
It's
a
like-
process we can do.
Yeah,
Clean
right?
coal. Wrong.
Trump, I'm happy you're here, but
Wrong.
here you go.
Jeez.
Blah, blah, blah. Green radioactive materials. Let's see.
Wikipedia.
Currently, did you see my tweet about Wikipedia?
Don't reference it.
Always go to it, never reference it.
Wrong. Reference it.
You always want to, but you know
Trump
they're
wrote a
gonna
lot of
counter
papers.
All Wikipedia. Some just say Trump. Trump 2016.
reference Trump 26.
Yeah. In the
Coal
parentheses.
gasification, which provides a basis for increased efficiency and lower cost of capturing CO2 emissions prior to the current focus on carbon capture and storage. For reducing the emissions of NOx, sulfur, and heavy metals from coal. I mean, I don't know.
Let's just be done with the fossil fuels.
Yeah, what?
You know,
Just you're putting different clothes on the same demon. Like,
Yeah.
let's just end this. We
putting perfume on a pile of shit.
Nobody smells
Like
nice.
Souping up a turd.
I mean, when you have a guy like Elon Musk who has a super successful company and is proving to you over and over and over again that this is possible, and he's like, hey, all we need is a solar farm the size of one of the Great Lakes, and it'll power the whole world. You know, and we disregard that, and we're like, clean coal,
and go to war over it.
yeah. Who's gonna dig out the oldest carbon in the ground and burn it and blow it in the atmosphere? Which
Yeah.
wouldn't the ultimate goal would be to have heaven on earth in a way, you know, like endless energy where everyone has energy, no one's fucking anything up, like the environment is set aside to grow and we just regulate it. We just intelligently design it. You know, people like you, like Trevor, go in and add in a bacteria species to the soil that helps this tree grow, that aids this bird, that feeds this cat. You know, we intelligently design it, you know, genetically engineering certain creatures to help and then just do whatever we want with the rest of our lives and stop going to these factory jobs that make missiles at 6 a.m., you know?
Wow.
That's the ultimate goal, right?
Straight to the heart, huh?
No, but it's so...
Just trying to get you involved.
Getting a job. I mean, you got to get a job.
Right.
And
everybody's got to get a job.
Like I said, I asked one of the workers, you know, is there a moral dilemma in this?
Right.
Well, just if you want there to be, there will be. If not, then no. You know, it's just a job, and if I'm not going to do it, somebody else is. I'll get paid for it.
I feel like that's like logical fallacies, though. Like you're disregarding the truth. There's a moral dilemma.
Great benefits, good pay.
You stand up, make the right choice. I mean,
I'm going to get paid because it's a shit-ass economy and I'm not working at McDonald's. No offense against McDonald's workers.
I know what you mean. It's a tough choice, but it's like when is someone going to do that? When are enough people going to stand up and say, you know what, no more bombs?
I make the batteries for the bombs, so I guess that helps. I'm not like directly assembling a bomb,
right? But you're part of it.
Yeah. See, and I packed.
Taxes, we are too, though.
Yeah. I packed batteries for sending, like, you know, for shipment. Mm-hmm. And so I was thinking, man, all these batteries have my fingerprints all over them. Like, that bomb literally has my fingerprints on it as it's being sent down to that kid's house.
Daddy, I bake you a...
Yeah. There goes my fingerprints.
Little pieces of you in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Are you going to try to go to the neural implant section just to...
It's in Joplin.
What's wrong with that?
I just don't want to work in Joplin.
Why? Once Missouri passes the medical marijuana, you're going to want to live in Joplin.
Yeah, but I'll probably still live here, or if I want to move to Joplin, then I will, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
I just don't...
I don't... The scene?
They have a medical division,
Jomo.
And they have an aerospace division. It's like I landed on the missiles, really, really. Okay.
I just don't agree with that person that said there can be a moral dilemma or there's not a moral dilemma.
I thought she had a good point,
dude. It's there. It's always there. It's a moral dilemma. It's your choice to either engage with it or not engage.
Not
with
everybody's morals are the same.
Good point.
Okay, not everyone's morals are the same, but isn't like a universal moral system the same? Like, isn't there like a universal rule out there, right? That
Human
just
nature?
Yeah, don't kill another human.
Yeah, right. Don't kill each other. Right? That's just kind of a universal law.
We have to make money to even be a person. You're born in debt and got to pay the bills.
Like, is this the greatest slavery moment in the history of mankind? Where we are?
For the slave driver. The slave driver has it better than ever.
Right.
And it's legal.
We just don't call people slaves.
Right.
We don't acknowledge them at... We say
they get paid.
They get paid.
And you can voluntarily leave.
And you can voluntarily leave, but it's really slavery.
Yeah.
Especially
because you have to do something.
You have to do something. Well, and then you have to do something as far as like college. Like, you have to go to college. You have to take out that loan. And then you take out this huge loan, and the loan is what serves as the slavery, like the slave. Those are the chains of the 21st century.
Yeah. Dig out. You have to.
Yeah. There's people out there that are so fucked. They have a $200,000 loan
for going to school.
For going to school, and there's no way. There's literally not a logical way. If you won the lottery, if you got a huge inheritance.
Gambled.
If you gambled. I mean, how do you pay back $200,000? I'm freaking out with 20. How do you pay with $200,000?
Just pay till you die.
There was a dude I was talking to yesterday, and he's like probably in his 30s. Yeah, I'm still paying all my student loans. Oh God.
Right.
Oh my God. Jeez. Oh my. Wow.
Right.
It was gross. You know, just that's terrible. And he only has an undergraduate. Like, he wanted to go back for more, but whatever.
You stop by the money trail.
Pretty much.
You can't go back because you can't afford it.
Kid I'm working with, and he's just like, yeah, I just want to pay back some school before I can even go back. Wow, that sucks.
I think that there should be like an opportunity or chance. You know how like you could take a test a lot of times to test out of class if you thought you were good enough to take it. Like, oh, I don't need Organic 1. I'm really good at Organic. I can take this test. I think as far as colleges go, I think you should be able to study outside the college and then pay a fee to take a test, like a final. So say Trevor, for 4 months, does Khan Academy, organic chemistry. And he does a few other classes that he pays for, private tutors and whatnot. And then he goes to Pitt, pays $500, takes a one-time test, pass or fail, you know. And it's like, oh, he passed, bam, you got it or whatever.
Yeah, could be. I mean, they do that, right? It's online school.
Yeah, it's just not as acknowledged, or it's not as prestigious yet, right? I don't feel like it's
because you didn't go to the class. You didn't take a class.
Yeah, but there's some class though.
Yeah,
like discussions, and they can be interesting,
right?
If it's the right class and professor and everything. But I will say this, since I work for the Clinton campaign.
Mm-hmm. You work for the Clinton campaign?
Yeah, I'm a volunteer. She wants to have by 2021. I'm not really a volunteer.
I was hoping you'd look at me so I could shake my head.
I was like, whoa. I was about to ask questions.
If your family makes $125,000 or less, it's tuition free.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we can refinance our student loans at a lower percent.
They aren't forgiven or anything?
No, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't forgive, right?
Jill Stein wants to.
You can't. But, okay, say Casey... say he has $10,000, right, in student loan debt. You have $10,000. You pay yours off. He fucks around.
Yeah.
It accumulates $12,000, $13,000, $14,000, it's $15,000. Joel Stein comes through and says, "Hey, no problem, kid." There it goes. You paid that off.
Yeah.
I was curious about that too. Like,
so,
almost if you should wait and not pay it off for
that's
that
right.
reason.
The move might be just sit on it and let that shit accumulate.
But think of something, like, oh, you can refinance. It's only 20% now.
Jesus.
It's good for the people coming later.
Here,
I mean, that's a good start.
Perhaps they do the forgiveness, but they pay a percentage to you, the person that's paid it off. Say you paid off $10,000, they'll give you 50%. Give you $5,000 just tax free here. $5,000. Would that help out?
Nah.
No.
Yes, of course it would.
I know, but would you be pleased? Like, oh, I paid off 10. I'm only getting 5, and you get your 15.
I mean, it depends too. Like, what's your time limit of after you pay it off? You know, like if it's been 10 years,
right.
are you gonna get?
Does Dad get
$100,000
back?
Right. I don't know.
Yeah, just things that. These are the things that should be talked about in those debates, not emails and pussy grabbing and all that. I mean, just
yeah, it's sad.
These are the sorts of
real
things.
issues.
Yeah, and they shouldn't. Do you think? I don't think they should be held as a debate like that. I think that is so archaic and stupid. It should be almost like a podcast, where it's not 1 hour, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. It's take as long as you need, Miss Clinton. We need to know about your stance on Russia. And we're gonna record this on a podcast or some sort of audio video so the whole world can watch.
Mm-hmm. And maybe hers is 5 hours and Trump's is 3 or something.
Exactly.
You know, like, it doesn't matter. But you went through the topics.
Right.
You went through whoever the moderator is can continue a question or push further if he needs to, or maybe he's getting fed through a piece of like keep going on this one.
There's the problem though. Like, it's interviews, but it's the questions that are being asked. And
same
they
questions,
follow up?
right?
Like, just real hardcore journalism doesn't really exist in the mainstream.
But with a podcast, they could cover everything because time wouldn't be an issue. We're not airing it. We're just throwing it up online.
But what if they went on an NBC podcast? I mean...
Right.
But you would hope that they would... Because no clapping. Don't say a word if you're in repeatedly. And it's just like, if you didn't have a time limit, you could cover a lot more subjects than just
if
2 minutes.
If you did it online, say you had like a live feed where it was just like camera on the politician, camera on the interviewer, and then one guy doing all the tech stuff. You could also have a section of online feed. Yeah, you'd have trolls out the ass, but you could have a moderator kind of in the comments like gathering questions and be like, okay, here's a question from the White House. Here's a question from the Republican Party to you, Miss Clinton, and now here's one from the internet. You know, like, what would you do? Like, and just make them talk about these issues that are really dangerous. Like,
I feel
ask that bitch about Benghazi.
Well, when they dance around it, be like, all right, well, can you answer my question now? Can you, more specifically, don't interrupt, or just like, okay, now that you've said your piece, now I'm going to ask you another question, and it is going to be, again, about Benghazi, because I didn't get the answer that world wants.
Really hammer them. Just like, you did not answer this.
We have all the time.
Yeah.
We can stay here all night.
Right.
Doesn't matter. But until you answer this, we're not going to leave.
Right.
And if you leave, then what says that on you, you know?
Right. I mean, if you could do something like that, that would be fantastic.
That'd be incredible.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the independent guys are doing that. I think Gary Johnson's kind of doing podcasts.
He went on Rogan's.
Well, I mean, like, he does, like, town hall type podcasts where he is accessible to the global, or just to the population.
Right.
What would you call that? The voter population.
Right.
That he is accessible. He has you have direct access to him. Like, could you tweet at Clinton? No, you're going to tweet at her assistant or something.
PR guy or
PR person. Not Gary Johnson, who's looking at the comments and going, oh, Felix 69.
Fuck this.
Do you want your president looking at tweets, though?
Not when he's president, no.
Yeah.
But when he's running.
Not when he's president.
Oh,
it'll never happen. It'll never happen.
Hashtag I'm with her.
Oh, Jesus.
You're just with her.
Social justice warrior.
Was Colby
was
Colby really doing that the other day?
What?
He shared the big meme, I'm with her.
I'm not sure.
Well, it said November 9th. The election's November 8th.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
I took it as I'm with her. Like,
I think
not that I care, whatever, but
he's probably doing the duality thing. Like, he's posting it both reasons.
Right.
Just whatever reason you want to take. You want to take I'm a social justice? Yeah, I am, girl. You want to take that I'm just trolling you, Casey? Yeah, I just am trolling you. It's whatever you want to think of it.
Do you want to take I'm with her?
No.
Well, he posted it. That's how I took it.
Oh, are you asking me? I thought you. Okay.
Well, I mean, like you were saying, like you can take it however you want. Was he okay with taking it as?
I'll take it as the strategic duality that he's posting. He's posting the Schrodinger "I'm with her" post.
I would imagine he would be not with her, but over Trump.
Yeah, he's an intelligent guy. He's not
fit to run a country.
No, I was talking about Colby. I was like, what? I don't want Colby to run a country either. No offense.
Colby's not set up to run a country.
I'll run
more
it, guys.
experience, and I'll vote for him. But yeah, are you guys gonna vote? No vote. You're gonna vote.
I'm gonna go just Gary Johnson.
What is it? Phil the Johnson.
The great Johnson. Yeah, I mean,
not gonna vote Bernie.
I don't think you can you?
Just to write his name.
No. I mean,
this is who I was for.
I mean, I wasn't really for Bernie. I didn't like Bernie.
You like Gary over Bernie?
I want Gary and Bernie.
Gary kind of scared me.
I want a genetically engineered Bernie, Gary.
Whenever
hybrid.
Gary couldn't name one foreign leader, that kind of spooked me.
I think I'm just kidding about not liking Bernie. Of course I like Bernie. I don't know. I mean, you just don't feel like you have any power in this sort of election.
That's why I don't vote.
You have down ballot power.
Down ballot?
Yeah, like local, Senate.
Oh,
Congress,
yeah, right, yeah. But as far as like the big wig in the office, it's like...
Not yet.
Not yet.
So
I'm kind of optimistic.
I mean, what do you guys think about Obama doing a third term? Just saying, hey...
I would do two more years?
Yeah, 2 years.
I would make that deal.
2 years. I'll run the country 2 more years. That hasn't been that bad yet. And we'll ex-May both these candidates, right? They cannot run.
He'd kill himself.
Dude, I heard such a good argument, and it's so simple. I think it was Dan Carlin.
Mm-hmm.
What if a choice was neither one?
Oh, yeah.
And it wins, and then you redo it. It would probably win this election. I don't know.
But we don't have that option, right?
I know, but
It
if
might
we
win.
did,
Yeah.
it would be so
if everybody knew about it, and it's just like, you don't have to vote for either.
How come on November 9th we have to have a new person elected?
Because
it's written in our constitution.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
You see, if we just what he's saying is if we could have that option of going, no, we're not ready. These 2 people are not fit. We need new people, and we're going to keep Obama in there until we get new people. Or he can step down and, we'll have a group of people running this country until we can have a leader step up and do this.
That's how a true democracy would work.
Yeah. To be able to vote someone out of the running, to be like, no, not you, and next time around, you guys can't do this.
Right. You guys are, neither of you even got close to winning or whatever.
Because that's exactly what would happen right now, right?
I would think so.
I would think so.
Hope so. God,
no, I really would think so.
I would like
especially
to
with
see,
how much shit they talk on each other.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more parties, like Europe, like 12 parties. Then everyone feels represented, and you see how the country truly feels.
Right. It covers the spectrum, right? We have left and right.
And even the Nazis. There's
a
the
Nazi party?
There's pretty right-wing parties, I think. There's radical groups.
Right.
But
which
still
I would be
part
cool
of it.
with them being represented, you know?
But they just never win.
Right.
But
yeah.
it could
Don't
happen.
want to win.
Yeah. But that would make a democracy stronger, you would think, maybe.
Big time.
More people talking about issues instead of things like abortion and gay rights and stuff. They matter, you know, but
Isn't gay rights over with?
Yeah.
It's
But
done.
not to the people that lost. It's not over with.
Who lost? The straight people?
The
The
conservative
right-wing,
people
yeah.
just hate it. Like those things, like I'm more concerned with climate change or something, and nobody's arguing about that really. I mean, they kind of are, but most people just don't really understand it very well.
Right. Well,
That's the
some
scary
people
part.
think it's a total sham.
They just don't understand it.
Right.
Is that a result of cutting budgets, cutting school budgets? You know, like is our education that poor that we can't understand it? Is it on us?
I hope not. I mean, one of the things about cutting the budgets and then keeping in these super complex calculus classes, you know, but you're not teaching them real world type skills, you know. Does that fall into that same category?
I don't know. Could be.
Right. We're still teaching the same subjects that they taught in the 50s, you know. You're not updating the subject. It's still a textbook, chapter 3, George Washington makes contact. You know, it's just the same thing over and over again. Instead of teaching them differently, like I watched a video, TED Talk on Khan, like Sal Khan, and he talked about a mastering. I can't remember what he called it. Master education. So I give you a test, and you get a 75%. Well, there's still a big chunk of percentage that you don't understand, right? But we're going on to the next subject, and the next subject builds off this first subject. Instead, he was arguing that we should not hold you back, but make sure that you get the rest of that information that you need before you move on. And so that would be almost like the true child left behind, right? Or
No child left behind.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be the way to do it, you know?
Instead of treating it like chickens in an assembly line.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, you're all the same age, sticking together.
And everybody slows down with the slowest kid.
Right.
So the top performers can't perform to their fullest potential because we got to wait on this dude.
Right.
And nothing against this dude, but take your time or whatever. But let us keep going.
Right.
Let us move on.
Well, he might even catch up to you. Just give him a chance to kind of get the foundation.
Yeah. Or he's going to have his subjects where he completely excels, and maybe the smart kids don't, or what you know, whatever the example would be.
Right. You're meant to be a painter, not a physicist.
Right.
You know, or whatever.
Right.
No offense to
Just
you.
find your passion and push that. As a kid and into adulthood, and it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Do you think art's important for a culture?
Probably for a culture. I'm not sure for the educational thing. I mean, it's creative, and you got to push creativity.
I think it's important.
It's sad that most jobs suppress creativity, and that you're doing what they want you to do and nothing more.
I mean, the purpose of art, though, is to kind of reflect reality and to get people to think in a certain way. And I don't think the powers of the world appreciate that very much. Because if you see the art today, like one of the most popular forms of art today is graffiti.
Dude, it's good art.
It's great art. It's fantastic art.
I love seeing it on trains.
Because it's truthful. It's truthful.
You see some good stuff.
You see some amazing stuff. And then, you know, you could call memes works of art because they're little bits of truth, right?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Basically, the only reason they're funny, you know, because you can see truth and relate to it.
Right. That's exactly how I feel when I sleep through one of my tests in the morning or whatever it is. That's exactly how I feel. But I don't think rulers, I don't think systems appreciate that because art overthrows. Like comedians, they're getting you to think a certain way, right, about a certain subject that you probably haven't thought about this way. And when you start doing that, then you start thinking about other things. You know, it's like, oh, Why is there only 2 party systems? Why is there red and blue? Abortion not, gay or
There's
not,
your shaman. Your shaman did your drugs for you.
Yeah.
And now he can show you the way so you don't have to take your drugs. That's what a shaman used to be.
Mm-hmm. Which we've replaced them with priests and preachers, and they don't serve the same function.
And
holy men.
Back in the tribal era, the kid who was crazy, who saw shit, the schizophrenic kid, he was your shaman. That was signs from whatever you would believe in, and he was the one that you promoted to the next shaman, not let's medicate him, normalize him, let's make him as normal as possible, make sure he's not out of the box, contain him, sedate him, rather than encourage what's going on with him, him or her.
There's a great TED Talk on that where a guy studies shamans across all these cultures, and he interviews each shaman, and they all have basically the same story, that they just suddenly have these super vivid visions. They hear voices, all these sort of things. And the difference between like a successful person who comes out on the other end, who becomes a medicine man or shaman or whatever, versus someone that just goes full schizophrenic, is usually there's a mentor involved. An older shaman goes, yeah, it happened to me. Here's what you need to do. This is how you're going to control this, and this is how you're going to wield it. In America, like Casey said, you have that sort of stuff. We don't have any mentors because they're all in cuckoo houses eating up Prozac and everything like that, There's no sort of guidance. We just go, oh, you're broken. Your chemistry's broken. And that's probably because science doesn't acknowledge spirituality, as at least Western science.
Well, you can't prove it.
No,
or recreate it.
No.
Not yet.
No. Probably never will.
Well, we just need more research. Like making drugs illegal bans the research.
Right. More research or continue to expand the mind to accept new versions of reality.
There are different planes. It's just like meditation or witnessing your own thoughts is giant.
Like Aubrey's moment of silence or whatever.
Oh,
you have to, I don't know, I just watched the video, but somebody you just have to quiet yourself.
A sacred silence.
Sacred silence, that's what it was.
Like if you're driving your car and you're getting mad and you stop and you think, I'm getting mad, it's easier to calm down.
Right. And you also don't use your media to pump up whatever is happening. So, like, if you're sad, you're going to turn on sad music. Well, if you're pissed off, then you're going to turn on some ass-kicking music, then you're just going to get more pissed off. So,
but isn't that like cathartic in a way? Like to me, it almost releases the anger.
Maybe
it's like it just kind of flows through me. I get it out. It just kind of runs through my system.
Depends how far you're going to take it.
Punch. Yeah, right.
And some people are going to go all the way and find just that one thing that sets them off, and here it goes. Or
do you listen to Kid Rock? I couldn't help it. That's all I was thinking about looking at you. You're getting pissed off and listening to Kid Rock.
Kid Rock, baby.
I'm playing the track. No, baby, please don't play that track.
My name is Kid.
No. He's pissed. He's going to start throwing things.
Yeah, it's
break something tonight.
Super important. It's super important that we acknowledge that there are other realms and that no one really has it figured out.
And not take it that seriously, but dude, it's a weird thing. Like, don't take it for granted.
Death's pretty serious, but it's like we're all going to do it. So
I think that's my problem. Is I don't take things seriously enough because I know it doesn't matter.
Right.
And he's a goofball.
And I'm a goofball. It doesn't matter. So it's like,
don't trigger him.
Why even react over this?
Nihilist or something like that?
A nihilist?
Nihilist, yeah.
No, he's a... What did you call him?
Hedonist.
He's a hedonist.
Which one's that?
Hedonist is a pleasure seeker.
Oh.
Just lives in the moment. Just whatever feels good at the time.
He's a hedonist bomb maker is what he is.
Wow.
Oh,
I am being so labeled on this. This is terrible.
Triggered, baby.
Safe space.
Safe space.
Here we go, boys. I'm fucking pissed.
Building bombs.
I'm happy I'm assembling these bombs.
One more for me.
Instead of just putting your fingerprints on the batteries, you kiss each one.
Little load on each
God.
ball. Hell yeah. My load will be tearing up cities.
Seed the Middle East. Yeah. Seed the Middle East.
Listening to Toby Keith all the fucking time.
A few more cowboys.
Who's the turtle?
Sturgill Simpson?
Sturgill.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Didn't he do a turtle?
Turtles all the way down.
Yeah.
What are you talking
The
about?
guy that looks like a turtle. He's a country singer. He's bald. Yeah, man, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Kenny Chesney?
Kenny Chesney.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
He looks like a turtle?
He's a turtle man.
I was picturing a bigger guy.
No, just his head. His face looks like a turtle.
Yeah, I suppose.
His
like
head.
a turtle out of his shell?
Yeah.
I could see that.
See, get his hat off. And
Dude.
Type in turtle out of shell.
Oh, he has a turtle face. That's a turtle fucking face.
And he's bald too, so.
But that is a turtle. If a turtle was a human,
he's a herbivore. I'd like to see his teeth. See what?
Got one picture where his teeth is. He's got some grass in it.
They're just all molars. He eats some fish.
Kenny Chesney is a turtle on Google.
Oh, there you go.
No one's edited it.
What's Franklin?
Franklin.
Oh, him and Franklin.
See, I'm not crazy.
Someone out there agrees with you that.
If you keep talking about turtles, you'll turn into Kenny Chesney.
There's literally a picture on one side of a turtle roaring its little head.
I like him next to Franklin. Wasn't that turtle's name?
Yeah, Franklin.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Kind of look the same. Both look like friendly guys.
Why is he a turtle? Kenny Chesney looks like a turtle. Was it
Ninja Turtles?
You are totally not alone on this.
There he was as a turtle playing
Ghoulies.
He's a turtle, man.
If you ever Google
That's
Kenny
great.
Chesney is a turtle, there's just numerous great
from
photos.
Star Wars.
What is this one? Christmas.
All I want for Christmas is a real
he
good
looks
tan.
gay. No offense. That's some good
Mitch McConnell. Is that?
Oh, there's my boat.
Oh, never mind.
Go.
Boat?
Your boat?
There it is. I refurbished it.
We should talk about that. Why did you buy a ship?
Got a hot wife.
Kind of just spur of the
Casey
moment.
bought a ship, everyone. Off Craigslist for
Do you know how long it
$50.
is? Have you measured that?
22 foot.
It's pretty big.
1978 Sea Ray cruiser.
Do you have a
Has-
name for it?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
P. Shivers. Old P. Shivers.
P Shivers is what you've named it?
I think so. It
Why?
was
What's P Shivers stand for?
Hilarious.
P. Shivers. You know, you're peeing. Sometimes you'll get that shiver.
That's what you named your
good
goddamn
moment.
boat.
P. Shivers. P. Dot Shivers. What's P stand
no
for?
hot bitches
P.
are going to want to ride in the P Shivers.
Oh.
Whatever.
Oh. It's got a bathroom, a stove, a couch.
Open
Sleeps
bar.
like 4.
My
Open bar.
Twitter account has been suspended.
V8.
What did you do?
I don't know. Oh, maybe not my Twitter account.
Terrorism.
That's off of
Hacker.
Zeitgeist, dude.
E-Corp.
Open up
So
your
speaking
E-Corp.
of that, I started watching this show called Atlanta. It's really good.
Oh, Atlantis, the Lost Empire?
No, Atlanta.
Milo
Georgia.
and his
Milo
adventure.
Thatch.
Milo Thatch.
She's my favorite Disney, whatever she is.
Yeah.
Really?
The hottest one.
She is.
Hottest one.
White hair.
White
I
hair.
always had a thing for Belle.
Super.
Bell's super hot.
Yeah, I do like Belle. The bookworm, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But she's tall,
Like,
like,
likes the beast.
and like
That's why you grew the beard.
Hey, Belle.
Bell.
didn't shudder at my paw.
I have a flower in a glass container.
Dude, you know the Beast should be like heavy metal, right?
The beast? Like
Like
what
his
music he
type of
likes?
music should be.
I don't. But he's a good beast.
Yeah.
But he's a grouch on the outside, but
Is he,
lovable on
is
the
he just
inside.
a grouch or is he like a human mauler? You know, like does he kill people? Does he kill villagers?
He
What
seems
does
to
he
be
eat?
under control.
Does his
He just keeps to himself. His castle's badass. He's got a library the
He's a nice-
size
It's
of
not
Congress.
badass. He's
a nice
lonely. He is alone.
He has everything he wants.
His utensils.
Besides a female to love him the way God intended.
Why didn't he ever bang one of his utensils?
I don't know.
Where's that damn teapot?
The big one, the old lady.
Ooh,
I want a daughter.
That's the one you'd pick? I'd go with a candlestick.
Yeah.
That's Pierre.
You go with Pierre.
You go with the. I was gonna say you go with the girl that Pierre's always after, the little duster, that little.
Yeah, she's cool.
She's
bad. Too.
Oh, bad bitch.
Bad.
Bad bitch.
You could have gone with Chip.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Why do you guys always revert everything to sex?
Who is going to be the new Beast in Beauty and the Beast?
Making a new one?
Have they casted that?
Because Emma Watson's going to be
Emma Watson's
It's like a live action.
Live action.
Oh, she would be.
Yep.
She would be.
Yep.
I think.
Have you seen? Look at the trailer.
I know.
Trailer's amazing.
Are you in love with her?
Not
Emma
in
Watson?
love.
I'm I am. I think.
Here, I gotta show you something.
If she hears this. Hey, Emma, it's me. You want my number? Just hit me up on the Twitter after this.
It's at Trevor Burrows, the real Trevor Burrows.
I was Snapchatting her.
There you go.
Damn it! I was Snapchatting her the other day. Was she reading Twilight?
Oh, it's right there. Show anyone and I'll kill you. That's not really her, is it?
It looks enough to where I saved it.
No way.
Show anyone. And
Something's fucked up with her face. She's not right.
Yeah, it's totally photoshopped.
Totally
there
real.
she is.
There
though.
she is. Oh, I'll be so disappointed.
Guys, these are not. Because of that flabby ass.
Yeah.
Do some fucking squats.
Oh, yeah, Trevor, you saw the same one I did. Yeah.
This one?
No, go down. Yes, yeah.
The money shot.
Yeah.
The money shot.
That's the one. She was really loving that day.
We've just typed in nude photos. Just
Just
people
out partying.
Photoshop edit this shit.
Millions.
Whoa. That's the original body right there. And they just stuck her face on
that
there.
wouldn't be bad.
I would look at Anyway.
That's terrible.
Sorry.
Whoa, what is
Oh, that's so real.
That's okay, if you were Emma Watson and you Googled this, how would this make you feel? How would this make you feel?
Holy shit.
What would you think?
I don't know.
People are. Oh
My God.
The fuck?
People are editing your face on other nude people's bodies.
Just there were like 4 dicks with a load all over her.
Yeah, just
And she wasn't there.
No, she never was
But it looks
there.
like
There's
if her
Miley
dad
Cyrus.
got that pic.
I mean,
What has her dad ever Googled this either?
Who? Emma Watson.
Mr. Watson. I'm asking your daughter's hand in marriage.
No. Him?
You think he looks like a mean guy?
God, Jesus.
My daughter will be an actress.
Is that him? That must be him. There's just so many pictures.
You think
of
that's him?
I guess so.
There he is.
Could be him.
Is it that gentleman?
That's Chung. I didn't know Chung hung out with her.
Chung?
Hey, Daddy, I got a boyfriend.
Richard Dawkins.
What the hell? Oh my God.
Is Emma Watson, the secret love child of Richard Dawkins. Could be. Makes a lot of sense.
Must be this guy right here. This Putin-looking character. Anyway,
Watson.
here's the Beauty and the Beast trailer. Is this the trailer? Teaser trailer?
Yeah, it's just like
4 months ago.
Is it good?
Here's a 5 months ago. I'm just going to play this one. This one's 1 month ago.
2017.
It was the most
I
watched
think this will be
trailer
pretty good.
in one day ever. Upcoming theatrical release of Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
What's he reading?
Nothing.
Oh, this is bullshit.
King Arthur.
Dan Stevens is the...
Still a romance.
Felt like a change. I was so excited to hear that Disney was
He looks
about doing a
excited.
live-action version of Beauty and the Beast.
So
When
excited.
something is so perfect.
Oh, dude, you should watch the side-by-side
Technology has caught up
Beauty and the
to
Beast
ideas
teaser and the
that were
original.
produced in that movie.
It's amazing.
Looks pretty badass. Maybe someone will
Do
take
the
me to see
side-by-side.
it. What the hell is
Jeez.
this? Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them trailer 2.
We need to watch the Rogue One trailer after this and talk about it.
Wow.
We're watching a trailer comparison of the 1991 cartoon Beauty and the Beast and the 2017 live action. It's almost identical. They kind of just cheated. They just copied.
Keep it original.
Yeah.
And this is just the teaser,
sweet.
too.
Yeah. Where are the gargoyles?
They're the best part.
I know, they're very important. This makes me want to watch the cartoon. I want to watch the cartoon.
It's a pretty good cartoon. Crazy old Maurice.
Crazy old Maurice. Crazy old Maurice. Belle or Emma Watson? Which one do you choose? You know, this is an easy question.
Which one do you choose?
Easy fucking question.
I'll go with
There she is.
Belle.
There
That's
she
right.
is. Oh, yeah.
Be our guest.
Be all guest. Be all guest.
March 17.
Doesn't it kind of freak you out that that trailer was so pleasant and pumps me up and I want to watch it, but the ice caps are melting? Like,
Let's just watch Beauty and the Beast.
there's real shit out there.
Go Beauty and the Beast.
Wrong.
Okay, we're going to watch the Rogue One trailer real quick.
So this is the next Star Wars?
No. Just to give you real quick.
Because I am confused.
Okay. New Hope, right? Number 4, right? Empire Strikes Back, number 5. And then Return of the Jedi, 6, right? Okay. This occurs between Empire and Return of the Jedi. And there's one line in, I don't remember which movie it was, but there's one line where this chick who's part of the Resistance says, many people died getting these documents. That sentence is this movie. This is the story of people getting the plans for the Death Star to blow it up.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is like a totally little side tangent from the
And
old
it's not
movie.
related to the one that just...
It's not related to Kylo or any of those guys at all.
Is it the same people?
What do you mean?
Like, are the same people that made that one making this one, or like...
No, when Disney bought Star Wars from LucasArts, it was just like they got it and then they just spread it out and they said, let's make as many Star... It's like Marvel. They're doing the Marvel thing for Star Wars.
Okay.
Just get as many things going. Because you have like the Han Solo movie going, the origin story of Han Solo. You have the next rendition of Star Wars. Like you have the Avengers movies, right? Like the Avengers. Those are like the Star Wars chronologically moving on. And then you have like Iron Man, and that's Han Solo. And then you have like this one, Rogue One. You have like all these side stories, but they enhance the main story.
Okay.
So this one is just adding detail to Empire and Return of the Jedi.
The world is coming undone. Imperial flags reign across the galaxy.
So right now, like, Luke might show up. Probably not, but... This chick. Remember her?
A major weapons test is imminent. We need to know how to destroy it.
If you're really doing this, I want to help.
Good.
Good. I've been recruiting for the rebellion for a long time.
We destroyed our home. I fight the Empire now.
I'm a sucker for rebellions. I love them.
As the Force wills it.
The captain says you are a friend. I will not kill you.
Nice. There isn't much time. Every day they
Oh,
grow
no.
stronger.
There is a 97.6% chance of failure.
Amy as well.
This is our chance to make a real difference.
Okay. Yo,
Who was that?
There,
Who's that at the very end?
There is one trailer.
Darth Maul?
It was Vader.
I think this is the one I was wanting you guys to watch. Maybe. Yes. All right. This one, the way that they portray Vader is like true power. Sorry to all the listeners if you've made it this far. We're just watching trailers. This was the last trailer that they cut.
Our rebellion is all that remains to push back the Empire. I think you might be able to help us.
When was the last time you were in contact with your father?
What is this? It appears he is critical to the development of a super weapon.
If Grandfather built this thing, we need to find him.
All right. How many do we need?
They are requesting a call sign. It's, Rogue One.
The power that we are dealing with here.
Power.
Immeasurable.
If the Empire has this kind of power, what chance do we have?
We have hope. Rebellions are built on hope.
There's no idea we're coming.
Take hold of this moment. The force is strong. Make 10 men feel like 100.
We'll take the next chance. And the next. You're rebels, aren't you?
Save the rebellion! Save the dream!
Calling it right now that Darth Vader is going to kill what's his name?
Oh.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. I can't think of his name.
I'm not sure what his name is.
Damn. The black dude with the eye.
One thing I'm not sure how I feel about is there's no lightsabers. Like, it's kind of cool to see a side of Star Wars without Jedi, because it's like honestly, like the more common folk of the Star Wars universe. But, man, I want to see some lightsabers.
Well, at this point, there's not... Most Jedi are dead, right? Luke is not even really a Jedi at this point.
I don't think he was whenever he fought Vader.
Is Return of the
still
Jedi?
alive?
Yoda is
Because he
still
dies
alive.
in
Yeah.
3, right?
Yeah, he's still alive in this one.
He says he's going to go back, but he never goes back to train, finish his training.
Right.
But
So is he not certified?
I don't think he has a certification.
Well, that's why Kylo Ren went rogue, is because he's not certified.
He's not certified.
Uncle, can I see your certification of Jedi?
I'm going to go be a Sith.
They're extinct.
Sith.
You can't be a Sith. They're extinct.
Would you be a Sith?
Or a Jedi.
Well, Sith, they only run in packs of 2. And they're brutal as hell. You got to be like genetic, right? Is it genetic?
I don't think so.
Why are they extinct? Because you have to have a Sith Lord and a Sith Underlord.
There's just a rule of 2. And when a new Sith is about to take over, he's going to kill
the old Sith.
The old
Oh,
Sith.
that's bad.
That's how it's always been.
They're hardcore.
That's how it's always been. The apprentice will overtake the master and be the new Sith.
And don't they all come from one planet?
I don't think so.
I thought they were like kind of concentrated somewhere.
There's the Mauls, the Darth Maul family.
Yeah.
And they're just like a species, basically.
Or that yeah, right.
And he just became a Jedi.
The Sith. He became a Sith.
They're from Naboo, right?
Not Naboo.
The Bankses. The Gungans.
I am the true Sith Lord.
It was a cool. Could be.
It's too far stretched for me.
I thought
maybe at one point, maybe George was like, "This will be awesome," and then just fell apart.
Wow, everybody hates Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
If we say that he's the Sith Lord, I think Star Wars may just never go again.
Yeah, just kills it.
Throw that conspiracy.
Pokemon Go, dead.
Oh man, that's so sad. I had so much fun playing that.
Is it dead?
For sure.
I never played it.
You never played it?
I never got
It was
into
fun at its peak. Like when everyone was playing it, it was really fun.
It went that quick?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I think it was the developers didn't think that it was going to do that. So they were just making another game, if I can get it out as quick as possible, don't polish it up, throw it out there. They almost like threw it and turned their back, and they were like, what the whole world? Oh, $9 billion in Nintendo stakes, like day and night. Like one day, Nintendo's like, how are we going to beat Sony and Microsoft? Next day, it's like, just erupting with data and information and stock raises and everything. So they just weren't prepared. They did not develop it to live on. Damn. They forgot too many things. They left out battling. They left out trading
and stuff.
A lot of bugs. The way that you would play it and progress was so slow.
Yes.
It was almost impossible unless you spent literally all your time doing it.
Because you had to have the app open to even like it register anything. Right. Like how sweet would it be if you just buzz, there's a Bulbasaur next to you or something. Right. That and to eggs or whatever. Right. You'd incubate eggs. Yeah. And you had to walk like a certain 5 kilometers or something, then your egg would open. Right. Problem is, you had to have the app open for your steps to count. Right. No, I don't want to, I want to walk around and stuff, but I don't want to. And
they made rare Pokemon really fucking rare, super fucking rare. Which is
there's that bridge.
Okay,
it was like a bridge in Thailand or something. It was just tourist, one certain area. Right. People were trying to drive by, but there's whatever rare Pokemon, and everybody just flooded it.
Oh, there's some great videos. There's a video of somewhere on a beach, and there's a Blastoise in the ocean, and you cannot imagine how many people are going out to the water with their phones. They're stopping traffic. They're just walking in front of cars and trying to go get this Blastoise. They just lose their mind. Yeah.
Dude, when we took a trip to Salt Lake, we were just out walking around, and this guy sprinted across the street and yelled at us. I can't remember the Pokemon, but the Geodude's over there. And just ran straight for it. That was... that's what we were looking for just because we were walking around.
Right. Looking for Geodude.
No, man, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, we went out to Main Street one night, and literally I've never seen more people on Main Street, not even on a Saturday night when they're bar hopping in Joplin, Missouri.
Damn.
They were all Pokemon people. Every single one had their phone out or was with a group that had their phone out, and they were all doing the same thing. And you would hear oh, there's Jigglypuff over here. And then you just see the crowd move, and then they'd shift back. Bulbasaur over here. It was a really weird phenomenon, really weird. But, augmented reality, that just shows you the power of augmented reality, and people should really be tapping into that shit.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, talk about a restaurant that has blank menus. They just hand you a blank piece of paper. Pull your phone out, and then it projects on there, and then little videos play, our special for tonight, and then just, spins or something. There's just infinite applications for augmented reality. I think we're just sleeping on it.
Or you think we're just waking up on
it? I guess that's true. We're just kind of figuring out, it's this huge
pessimist over here.
Sleeping on it. The rest of you fucks are sleeping. I'll tell you right now, this is what needs to be done.
Get it. And get it out to the people.
You guys are fucking awesome.
Butt plugs used to be sold as miracle cure for headaches and acne.
The internet's great.
I had acne.
Christopher Ryan.
All right. Well, I just want to say you guys are awesome. Appreciate you coming on. Trevor, welcome home. Glad everything went well in Idaho. Keep us updated. Come back on the podcast anytime. I was thinking about maybe doing a special election edition for when this shit hits the fan and Trump takes over. And
we can be together on our last days.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Record it for all eternity to hear for someday. Anyway, Casey, I live with you. I appreciate you coming on. Good luck with the Empire. Or with
the Empire?
You always call it Empire. Every single time. You going to work at Empire? No,
good luck.
I'm not.
The Empire.
I was just kidding. No, good luck with the Eagle Pitcher and everything.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Love you, man.
Love you.
I love you too, Trev.
Love you too.
So, all right. Thanks for coming on. Everyone, if you've made it 3 hours and 2 minutes, 19 seconds in, you
pretty good.
Da shit. You the baller. We'll be trying to get some more podcast episodes out. I have a new way of editing these things. I'm going to test it out on this to perhaps enhance the audio quality and volume, so you don't have to blast it in your car. It will be easily listened to. As always, if there's someone you want to hear on the SciFi and Friends podcast, please shoot me a message on Facebook or Twitter, and I will do my best to get them on. I've already had a few suggestions, and I've reached out to those people, and am currently trying to figure out some way to bring them on. So, if you want to come on the SciFi and Friends podcast, do the same thing. Send me a message on any of the social media websites or my email, colton.seifert.com. You can reach me there. As always, brought to you by Info Productions. I appreciate you listening. Everybody, have a great Halloween.
Ooh, wrong. Halloween.
Peace.
SciFi wins.